Tits up, motherfucker. What's going on? It's the Steel Toe Morning. No.
It's the Steel Toe No Show.
It's the Steel Toe Just Say No to Drugs show. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April. It is our final evening show of the week. And our week just kind of started going like this today. Personally.
Yeah, personally it's dog shit.
Business-wise, great. You guys broke a 2-day losing streak this morning. That was very cathartic. We've been killing it on the evening shows as far as goals and overtime is concerned.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And thank you, Michaela and Alex, for renewing your memberships. We appreciate that. You guys have already got us off to a great start this evening. Thank you for that. You even this morning were incredibly generous, especially at the end. $70 ahead for tomorrow.
Good job, guys.
So thank you very much. We appreciate that. And of course, if things got weird tonight, we'd throw that 70 here and, give you an extra half hour. So don't worry about that. But personally, oh my God, April's had a terrible day. My day on the way home just took a shit. I mean, it has been a rough one. So I planned a good show for us.
That's good.
I've got a great show.
I really do try to forget the other shit and just do a show sometimes.
Yeah, we're going to have to because on the way home, my brakes got all fucked up. So we're going to have to go in tomorrow after the show, do some brakes. April had a rough day today. Just kind of one of those, cars is one of those things, like nothing will make you feel more like a child again than brakes, because it's the adult version of eating your vegetables.
You have to do it.
It's kind of, you're like, God, there's no way out of it, so you struggle more.
Yep.
My brakes start grinding. I know it's at the very least brake pads. I hope it's not rotors, but it's at the very least brake pads, which, in terms of like things that your car needs, it's not the worst thing in the world. I also know my tires are starting to get borderline, so they're going to ask me about that.
You always kind of hope, like in your situation, too, it was something they fucked up from the last time, so they fix it for free.
Well, here's my thing. They did my brakes a month ago. What was it, lines? Was it some brake line work that they did? You had to take it in because I was doing the show.
You have the paperwork, dude. It was not brake lines,
well, you know what? Next time, I will send you, and I will say, let me know.
My job was to deliver the car.
So
that was it.
What happened was they took it in. They did something with the brakes. And the problem was now the brakes are still making a noise. And then today the brakes stopped making the squealing noise and it transitioned into the grinding noise. So I didn't do the brakes fully on the way home today because I'm like, I don't want that metal on metal. I don't want it to be rotors too. I've had it where my rotors turn into Swiss cheese before. It sucks. So we're taking her in tomorrow. We're going to see if it's just brake pads. That would be awesome. That would be like the best part of my day. See, brake pads is one of those things where when that happens and you tell people you took it in, they call you a homo.
Oh, yeah. No, I always take it to my dad.
At
least when he's not busy.
Yeah, brake pads is one of those things they go, yo, you didn't do your brake pads yourself. They're cheap and you can just put them on. And I'm like, I'm not trusting myself. At least if they fall off when another guy put them on, I can go yell at him.
My dad's tried to teach me a little. I just don't feel confident that I won't fuck it up yet.
I could, if you made me, I could change my oil. If you made me, I don't want to, but if you made me, I could change my oil. I can change a tire. I can put like some now don't make me tell you what fuses. I can put some fuses in. I can do fuses and shit.
That's good.
But outside of the very rudimentary stuff, I can't. And really, the only reason I can do any of those is because I've watched them break on my other vehicles, and just through that experience,
I've buffed out some cloudy headlights before on a Grand Prix.
Oh, so now we're swinging our dick around. I see how it's going to go today. So yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, it'll make you feel like a kid having to eat your vegetables again. But after you throw the initial tantrum, you go, "Oh, knock it off! It's a fucking car. That's what they do." They break.
I've just kind of stopped talking to you when you have your breakdowns over your car.
I hate cars.
I will let Aaron just sit there in the driver's seat and bitch the whole way home.
I hate cars. I fucking hate them. They're the worst. They never are good. Even when they're good, you're just waiting You're just waiting for them to not be good. You know?
Why don't you just have like 5 lined up so when something goes wrong with one, you got a backup and then a backup for the backup?
You should either buy a car that's like got 5,000 miles on it, or 105,000 miles on it. Don't buy anything in between because it's going to break your heart. If you buy something with 30, you're like, oh, wow, that's not very many miles on it. I'm going to get a lot. 50,000 miles into that, when you get to 80, everything's going to have to go.
You do know that's every car.
That's what I'm saying.
Every single one needs maintenance
Get
at
it
some
at
point.
5 or 105 where someone's already done that shit.
Or they just bypassed it and it's a piece of shit.
Well, that's why you don't buy from used lots. They no history on those vehicles. Oh, yeah, I think it's good. It got brought in a couple days ago from a pig farmer in Kansas. He seemed like a good enough feller. Oh, you seem trustworthy, guy with dirty hands. I'll buy a car from you. Alex D, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. What a sweetie pie. 285 away from our goal tonight. Look at you guys already getting off to a head start here. Thank you. Streamlabs and PayPal link in the chat. Now, I heard the people who didn't like the PayPal thing, so I said, you know what? We'll kick up our Streamlabs. We'll throw that out there. That way, if people want to throw into the show and they don't want to dick around with those motherfuckers at PayPal, you can just do Streamlabs and you can have your hands can stay clean. And you can have a clean conscience.
Okay, but just for the record, PayPal's not really taking money away from people. They retracted that. Even if they did put it out there and said it was an accident, they still retracted it.
Well, and first of all, everyone's going to be doing that eventually. Everyone's going to be doing it.
Yeah, I guess if one of them does it, they're all going to, but they're not doing that right now.
We're just trending. That's the way we're trending now. It's just more authoritarianism, more shittiness. And it's not even going to be the government that does it. It's going to be private companies that do it to us. So you can't take them to court or anything like that. It's either use it or get the fuck out.
Sure. They'll have like a terms of service like update and you'll just hit accept and not read it.
That's legal. You can do that. Citizen M says, we aren't forgetting anything. Let's dive into this head first. Talk it through. No. We just did. We just talked about the shitty day. April is slowly becoming my favorite member of the IBTC. Buddy the Wonder Dog, what the fuck is the IBTC?
I'm afraid.
And is it related? Is it related to crypto? I have to know.
IBTC.
Jericho says if they're disc brakes, you should be able to do it yourself. If it's drums, bring it in. It's the front ones. Those are discs. Fronts are discs, rear. But it's an all-wheel drive, so I don't fucking know.
Careful.
Careful
how much you disclose on here.
Yeah, because then you just sound dumb.
You just sound like a retard.
Hulkamash says, I love that my dad's a mechanic. Nothing car-related is expensive, and I learned how to fix all my shit. That is a nice thing to have. Who needs brakes, says Loaded Wrench. That's a great point. Why Do I Podcast says, use your legs a la the Flintstones. Oh, yeah, just dig your heels into the road.
Oh, then you don't have to skip leg day anymore.
Oh, that would be good. Hopefully a caliper isn't seized. No, look. I've driven enough old cars in my day where everything broke down. I pretty much know what everything sounds like at this point.
Sure.
This sounds like I just got to get those goddamn pads taken care of. Pads go to a small garage. They usually won't push rotors when you don't need to. I know. I don't think for this. I think this should be a Mr. O's job, personally. I think maybe our boy Mitch, not that Mitch, should take care of it at Mr. O's, but we'll see. I never liked going to dealers. I never
Why
did.
do you always do it
I don't know, because other people, like, you go to dealers, other people go to dealers. I've always believed in going to, like, Shade Tree Mechanics.
Just go.
Because, well, you buy it from a dealership. If you have a warranty with them, that's different. But, like, if you're just taking a car somewhere, they're going to charge the fuck out of you. They're goddamn crooks. They don't care. You know?
I milked my poor dad for everything he was worth for cars my entire life. I feel like he deserves a break now, so I don't do it anymore.
COVID Crotch says it's probably a wheel bearing. No, I know what a wheel bearing sounds like. It's, again, I'm not a supercar guy, but I've had enough cars break on me where I know what a wheel bearing is.
Oh, do you
not
know
a
your
wheel
sounds?
Bearing. I know my sounds. Let's continue on here. Just kind of catching up with the chat before we jump in. Be a man and do your brakes, bitch, says K-Fall the Great. Front is drums, rear is disc. Don't forget to grab the bolt stretcher to make it long enough to fit back through the hole. Shut up. I know when you're making things up. Thank you very much to the Fired Ginger with $5. Appreciate that. 280 away from the goal tonight. Thank you.
Citizen M thinks I was pouty over your car. No, I'm not pouty at all about his car. I don't care about his car.
April's got her own shit going on.
I waited for a very important phone call all day today, and I didn't get it.
Nope. It was her divorce. I can't even do a divorce.
What?
The TV show. The Voice. It's the one that's on BET. Not The Voice, it's Da Voice.
It's Da Voice.
Yeah, Da Voice. She was waiting for that. She was waiting for the divorce lawyer to call, and she never did, so it really broke her heart. She was very upset about that. Aaron needs a new flux capacitor. I don't need a new flux capacitor. When my vehicle hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Thank you very much. Yeah, like my uneven worn tires wobbling. That's what you'll hear. God, I love that vehicle, but it is a chunk of shit right now.
Do you love it? Do you?
I think so.
I think he wishes he would have kept his little minivan.
Oh, man, my minivan. Oh, the monthly payments were lower. It didn't break.
Not when you pay two of them.
The brakes weren't dog shit all the time. Oh. The old saying, if it has boobs or wheels, it'll cost you a fortune. That's what they say.
It's good.
You've never heard that one?
Nope.
You need to learn your gender's...
I don't like gender.
Your gender's stereotypes.
I don't think anyone should have a gender.
Thank you very... Oh, wow, that's very progressive. Holy shit, that's really progressive.
Fuck all of it.
I was not ready for that.
I'm so sick of gender. Fuck it.
I was not ready for a political speech this evening. Oh, my God. There shouldn't be any gender.
I'm actually running for office. Vote for me November 5th.
From the crazy asshole party.
I would run under the crazy asshole party.
All right.
And I bet all of central Minnesota would vote for me.
Thank you very much to Sam for the $10 over there on Streamlabs. Appreciate that, buddy. Crack Babies with $2 says for April's Divorce Lawyer Fund.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
That's very sweet. I know. I don't do shit, and then I get told that she's waiting for a phone call from the divorce lawyer. And I'm just sitting here going, I'm a victim. It's fucking terrible.
It's exactly what happened.
Jay Santos says, enough car talk, make me laugh. I know. You're right. For sure. We should start the goddamn show. I have an update, and then I have a gift for you. Because you've been in such a bad mood all day, I figured I would do something nice for you. I've stayed out of your way, and now I'm going to give you a gift, as it were. I know when April's in a bad spot, she doesn't like people.
I don't like people doting over me.
She doesn't want people being around. It's really good when you're in a partnership that you basically, when you're in a bad place, you want everyone to fuck off, and you don't want anyone to help you.
It is good that you have 3 kids to hang out with.
It's very, makes the house very uncomfortable.
No, I completely go to my own area.
Yeah, that's really nice for the partner, though, I have to tell you. It's really nice for the partner to feel completely unneeded in that situation.
You've always very much told me as the partner to tell you what I need at the time, and I've told you that is what I need.
I come to you, I rant.
That doesn't matter. That's what you need.
That's rant. I'm telling you what I do. Can I talk about myself? I don't care about the other thing. I rant and I rave. I need about 5-10 minutes, and I am golden. I don't understand why the rest of the world... I'm not saying I need to teach a seminar. I'm just saying if the world could be a dictatorship run by me, I think everyone would be a lot happier. I think I'd be a very benevolent dictator. I think we would decimate the people who need decimating. We would wipe out the people who didn't want to go along. And you'd be left with people where we taught them from a very young age, yo, if something's going wrong, rant, get it off your chest, and move the fuck on with your life. And I think we'd be better off. I think we're addicted to therapy. I think these LA comics are showing us what a ruse therapy is and medication is. I think you look at these LA comics and you see everything that's wrong with therapy. I think people, we got to go, like, fuck the boomers. We got to go back to the greatest generation. You know how much shit they buried deep inside? That's why they died at 66 years old.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But that's a good age to die. What do you do after 66 that means anything other than be a burden on people?
Some actually consider like into your 60s and 70s still the golden years because you get to do whatever you want.
That's something that old people say to make themselves feel useful. Have you ever heard a 22-year-old going, oh, fuck these 20s. I want to get to the 70s where my golden years are. No,
because you've got to work to get to that point.
It's a bunch of bullshit old people told themselves so they didn't feel dead, which is exactly what they are. Kept alive by our shitty drugs and bad medicine. Ugh. Dude. The greatest generation held on. Dude, they killed Nazis with bayonets. They shoved bayonets into Japanese children's stomachs who were charging at them on Okinawa and opened their guts and watched their entrails spill out in front of them. And they watched them take their last breath. Not once, not twice, not hundreds of times. Thousands of times they saw this.
How did we get here?
Over and over. And check this out. They buried it deep down inside and they fucked off at 66. Those were men.
Go be that man then.
I don't want to fight in a war.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that about you.
I would like to do the same thing, But just like, I want my worst thing to be like the Vikings lost. If I could. What a great world that would be.
That sounds like a fantasy for sure.
What a wonderful world. All right. Thank you, Bill Loney. Bill Loney. I love that name with $1. Thank you, Bill Loney.
Thanks.
All right. Let's continue on, shall we? I'm just trying to tell you.
What a name. I love that name.
There is a part of me that believes that if I could just tell everyone what to do, you would get rid of all these fucking ninnies who, I said ninnies, these fucking people who hem and haw, and I don't know, and I'm not sure. I just want the world to be, Don Corleone going, you can act like a man. I think that scene of a movie is the perfect synopsis for life. When that guy's sitting there going, oh, Don Corleone, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Bam! Don Corleone hits you upside the head and goes, you can act like a man. The hell's the matter with you? Your thoughts?
You're right.
That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. Bill Loney with $5 says, I love you too. Well, we love you, Bill Loney. Now we're in some kind of weird web where we just tell each other we love each other. Nate says he likes it when the host drinks. This is my
That's
first beer.
because he likes Red Bar, right?
Yeah, this is it's my first beer. So I think they were fighting before the show started, says Nate. April's pissed. No, April's in a bad mood tonight. I'm trying to bring her out with humor.
I don't think we fought today.
Barely spoke would be more like it. April was just in a nasty place. And so I'm like, I've learned enough through these days. There you just.
Well, that's good. That is a good thing.
When is April going on Who Are These Podcasts to roast Steel Toe? Never.
If I ever were to leave this show, I'm never going on another show.
Are you kidding
There's no
me?
way.
What could she roast this show for? This is the show that raised her.
If I ever left this show, it's not because I didn't like the show.
Right. It's because I was too great. That would be it. I really am a treat. That's the real problem here. I'm a goddamn delight. Skeptical Skeleton says, where's all the Gary Coopers? You know, the strong silent type. Cue Journey song and Darkness. Yeah, exactly. That was, I know this. That was Tony Soprano, right? Where are all the Gary Coopers? You know, the strong silent type.
I actually wouldn't have remembered that one.
That is a fucking terrible Tony Soprano, by the way.
Yep.
I'm having a second one after this. The hot ones are always feisty, says in the comments. Oh, congratulations. You're a hot one. And you're feisty.
Yes, sure.
Bill Loney with $2 says, Skull, we need to address this right now. This fucking Stuttering John using Skull in his podcasts. I don't care what all of you other dabblers think about Stuttering John or what you think his greatest sin is. As a Viking fan with a 5-1 team, him using the term skull and using it like a retarded 12-year-old the way he does, I fucking hate it. I hate it. I want him done.
I like listening to him trying to explain it.
Oh, God, right? Oh, they used to drink out of the skull of our... No, skull means like victory. It's a celebration.
No, but get it though? Skull sounds like skull.
Oh, he's a fucking
And skulls have
dimwit.
holes in them so you can drink from them.
John is a fucking dimwit. The only way to properly shit on Stuttering John is to use old-timey phrasing. Dimwit, numbskull. What's some of them other names we got? What? I need more names for dumb people.
I don't know.
Here, old-timey names for dumb. Here we go. Muttonhead. That's wonderful. John is a muttonhead.
Oh, I
a
haven't heard any of
clodpate.
these. Fucking Dulbert.
A Dulbert. Oh, that is
fucked.
fantastic. A jobbernowl. He is absolutely a jobbernowl.
Maybe you're just an asshat. That's what you are.
I don't like asshat. That's too
I like
new.
asshat.
445 synonyms and antonyms for stupid. Oh, that is wonderful. Airheaded bird brain.
Cretinous. I like cretinous.
Ready? Here's a good one. Stuttering John is a bird brain.
That's too easy.
That's beautiful. Bonehead.
I like bonehead.
He's a Stuttering John is a bonehead.
Witless, nutless.
Chucklehead. No, he's
Senseless.
He's a I like dimwit. He's
Fatuous.
he's a dunderhead.
Gormless.
Mark Gormless. He's a knucklehead. He's a half-wit. He's a lame brain. He's a lunkhead. He's an oaf. He's a pinhead.
Lowbrow, balmy,
Simple.
cockeyed,
Soft-headed, thick-headed, thick-witted,
crackpot,
unintelligent, vacuous,
loony bin.
he's witless. Stuttering John is a witless buffoon.
Nutless. A nutless wonder.
A nutless wonder. There. I think we got a lot of them. Mush brain, I like that one. Mouth breather, that's solid. No, Stevie J, I can't call him that. That is not a term for stupid people. It is a racist term for black people. Oh, that is not how we speak about dumb people, for God's sake, man. But
Window liquor is a good one.
window liquor is a solid one. I like
fuck.
window liquor. Obnoxious John Melendez says drooling idiot is perfect.
Jalopy, good one.
A
Freaky.
jalopy is another good one. Snorkel sniffer.
What a maroon.
A
I like that.
maroon. Bubblehead. There's all kinds of good ones. Fucking John. Bill Loney with $10 says skull. Don't say skull. Until John has his tongue ripped out by Islamic extremists and us Vikings fans can reclaim Skol for ourselves, nobody say Skol. Ever. We're on a mission. This thing is personal with John now. It used to be comedy. Now it's personal because he's taking my team's saying.
Because of his name, Baloney gets to say whatever he wants.
Bill Loney is a good man. You know what? You're right. A knoblobber. You know, we could just use terms for gay. He's a butt pirate. I love those
I like
immature.
a good butt pirate.
I like those immature, like third grade names for gay. What butt pirate, pillow biter. It's a great one.
Bottom.
Turd burglar.
Oh.
It's nothing better than a fucking turd burglar.
I still don't know what that means for sure.
Oh boy, it means you burgle turds. Someone had turds in there and you pulled them out with your cock.
Shouldn't do that.
I don't think we're getting monetized on this one. Thank you very much to Bill Loney for another $2. Jesus Christ, Bill. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
I believe we're 255
Mr. Loney.
away from today's goal. It is a Wednesday evening show. It sounds like we're keeping things pretty light this evening. Twinkle Dink says no name. Mud Hut Invader. Love that one.
My God.
Pickle Smoke. Knob Gobbler, Helmet Washer, Fruit Picker, Fart Knocker. Oh, man.
What the fuck?
Dong Toker. I'm loving these. Ass Spelunker.
These are nasty.
Oh.
He is a bundle of sticks, you're right.
A bundle of sticks. Turd Cutter. No, Turd Cutter is just your anus.
Maybe he's an anus.
He might be an anus ripper.
I feel like he smells like one.
Prince Graz with $5 says, if you need to use something new, personally, I give you permission to use our Irish term, Salancha. Is that how I say it? I watched Ray Donovan, and I'm worried they say it wrong. Is it Salancha? I said Slancha. Means for health. Yeah, we could use that one. Am I saying it wrong, or
I really hope you're saying
did they say it right on Ray Donovan? I don't want to fuck it up. Low-key, decent show. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Penis breath. Good one.
Some other names for gay. Shit dick. Mick Jagger, shit dick. Andy Warhol, shit dick. Liberace, shit dick. Jeffrey Dahmer, cannibal, shit dick. All right. Anyway, guys.
I don't know the lyrics to that one.
You don't know the lyrics to the People Haters, shit dick?
I don't know shit dick.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Better leave me.
Anyway, thank you very much to Prince Grast for the $5. We're already 250 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. There's all the links in the chat. These are coming in way too fast. We have to approve them.
These are nasty.
Stink Star Sucker. Those are very good. Pole Slobber. Phil McCracken. Cum Guzzler. Meat Sleeve Filler. Goblin Girl. Plays the Skin Flute. Cumpster. Pickle Smoocher.
Oh, my God.
Slancha. All right, so I got it right. Keep in mind the Irish are drunk when saying it anyways. All right, cool.
Aaron hates the Irish.
Shit, I like the Irish. They're okay. Not as much as I like the Scottish.
He always tells me he hates the Irish.
Because they're black. Sandy Squatch says shit spreader. Okay, butt pirate, limp-wristed, limp-wristed sword swallower.
I do like butt pirate.
Who doesn't? Corn Snickers. Drowny McKilla listener says Mersh is called shit dick in the Reddit. Well, that's too bad. I wish they would be nicer to Mersh. I like Mersh. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell anyone else who they can and can't hate. I'm not that guy. But I got no problem with Mersh. I like Mersh. I like Revenge of the Sis. If that makes me an asshole, I'm happy to be an asshole. That's okay.
Maybe you don't know Mersh's personal life enough.
Maybe I don't know that he's a fart-knocking shit dick.
Why he's called shit dick.
I had no idea.
Those poor cats.
I like him. He's a decent enough fella. Testicle, receptacle. Now this show has just turned into third grade lunchroom banter.
This is weird. We're about to start telling your mama jokes.
Pork sword fencer. I like that one. Shit packer. Stool pusher.
Just the gay F word.
Samuel Warner says gay F word. Good old-fashioned sea sucker. Oh, Von Kaiser says Sven Sungard. That is another name for a homosexual.
I do like twat waffle.
Jason Matheson. Fudge pack. Oh, we forgot about Fudge Packer. That's a great one. R/Dabblers Anonymous with $5 says the reason Stut John says Skol when he drinks is because his mom is Danish. It's his heritage. He's a fucking Puerto Rican. You don't see him with his car up on blocks in his front yard. Heritage my aching ass. He's a grifter.
He also claims his parents saved Jews, so
yeah.
I don't know about all that.
No. Marquise Harris with $5 says to my favorite white woman, keep your head up, darling. Oh.
That's my favorite black man in the whole world.
Is it really? I thought Justin Jefferson was. You slut.
He doesn't give me enough attention.
Oh, well, sorry.
He's never on time for our dates.
Oh, you fucking whore. Bum coming. Dan Campbell.
Ew.
Bum coming.
No,
I like that one.
That one makes me uncomfortable.
Rain says, can you ask Chrissy if she likes stealing? I would love to meet a fellow criminal. He's talking about the Christmas gifts thing. He is not happy. Rain is not happy that we're having Chrissy on tomorrow.
He's not the only one I've seen.
Citizen M is not happy that we're having Chrissy on tomorrow.
That guy's not happy with anything.
Chrissy has been nothing but wonderful to this program. Again, I'm not one of those guys who tells my audience that you have to like this person or you can't hate this person. Hate whoever the fuck you want. I don't care.
It's kind of good for the show to have bigger people.
Sure, if you guys think Mersh is a giant homo, then fine. If you think Chrissy's a thieving insurrectionist, fine. I'll have my opinions about people. You guys can have your opinions about people, and I don't judge you for them. How's that? You don't get that kind of tolerance on the internet.
I feel like everyone's just kind of them and fine until they affect your personal life, right?
Right.
It's a person, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and Chrissy created the term dabbler. How can you can't hate her for that? I do have some Stuttering John news tonight. After we did a half hour of cars, bad moods, and terms for homosexuals. I do have some Stuttering John news straight from the news desk of Dabblers Anonymous on Reddit, reddit.com/r/Dabblers Anonymous. Wonderful place to go. About 5,000 people hanging out there. John has been accused for a long time of having fake accounts on Twitter. We covered this before.
Yep. Sock accounts.
Right, sock accounts on Twitter. He will tweet something critical or something praising John, and then John will respond but forget to log out. And then he will respond to himself as the other guy, pretending that it's all...
To be having a conversation with himself.
It's terrible. So Stuttering John has denied this, or at least has never addressed it at all. He will not talk about whether or not he has sock accounts, and anyone who brings it up and gets aggressive about it is a conspiracy theorist or a hater or whatever. Well, John deactivated Dombo13, and the email confirmation was that. And I'm sure everyone knows what that is, but I don't want to read it out, even though I'm not reading it out. I would gather it's something involving the words John Melendez in some form or another at a particular email service. So, Dombo13, beyond a shadow of a doubt, proven to be Stuttering John.
How did they get this information? How did you get that screenshot? How does one get that unless you're John himself?
Have you ever heard the saying, Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
It's just a little confusing.
The Dabblers Anonymous people, honey, brought us a wonderful gift, and we should thank them for it and call it content.
Thanks.
So,
Thanks, everyone.
There's Dombo13, and then there's the Carl one. What's the Carl one, guys? I forgot what that one is. He has a guy pretending to be Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, and he just shits on Carl hard and talks about how good Stuttering John is. Yeah, I mean, the Dabblers are like the old O&A pests, or, they're just below the 4chan guys. Clamoring Carl. Thank you, Bill Oney. So he's got a guy called Clamoring Carl.
Pretending to be Carl,
It's
like the Carl.
So fucking John. I mean, they talk like John. They write like John. They're stupid like John.
They stutter like John.
Right. I'm trying to think of the lyrics to
He's
Gaston.
a buffoon. Why did no one say a buffoon
I
earlier?
thought, oh, wow, buffoon. Yeah,
Buffoon
we skipped
seems
right
like-
over. Because it seems too close to home for him, so you miss it, because buffoon and Stuttering John
God.
are almost like tomato.
I love buffoon.
Buffoon's a good one.
Meat
yeah.
Spencer.
Clamoring Carl can't write. Neither can Stuttering John. And they can't write in exactly the same fashion. So, Dombo13, gone. I don't know if John's getting rid of his other alt accounts, but it's going to be hard for him to deny it now.
He probably should, huh? Just all of them stop commenting back to him all at one time. That's not obvious at all.
Oh, I like this. Vinny Ladder's a jackanape. You don't hear jackanape enough.
What the hell?
So Stuttering John deactivated that account only for us to find that the email connected to that account is indeed Stuttering John Melendez.
It's dirty. That is so dirty.
No one struts like Stut John. No one sucks like Stut John. No one makes sock accounts in their basement like Stut John. He's incredibly good at sounding retarded. Nobody's dumb like Stut John. You need show tunes. You come to me and James Corden.
You're a big musical guy.
One of us is funny and likes pussy. There you go. And can still go to Baltazar's. Thank you.
Isn't that him?
Well, now they let him back
They
in.
let him back in.
I've
The
never-
owner actually said that he felt bad for him.
I thought that was great because he got to shit on James Corden, call him a rude piece of shit, and then go, "Aw, man, I feel bad."
Well, you picked on the fat kid.
Oh, well,
Come
it's
on.
out there now. What do you do?
I've seen a lot of that guy on my news feed and a whole lot of Kanye today. A whole lot of Kanye.
Oh, man, Kanye.
Did you see the stuff he said today?
I think we're going to talk about it on tomorrow morning's show. Is it about the, I've never wanted to, like...
I've never
killing
wanted them
one?
to die, but
Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I can't believe that
Oh.
Kanye is still making me say, holy shit.
all
Like,
these years later.
I thought I'd be desensitized. No, I just mean like in the last 5 days with
Oh,
his
no, I
Jew
get it.
stuff. I thought with the Jew stuff by now I'd be like, oh, nothing's going to shock me when Ye says it. And then he comes out today and he says something about Jewish people. And sure enough, I still went, holy fuck.
The guy's had a wild life.
He really has. I just,
God, I saw something else about him too, right before the show.
I'm sure it had something to do with the Jews. So
No, it totally did. It was different though. TMZ just put something new out that happened.
Okay. People are asking who's worse, Stuttering John or Gino Bisconte. Wow.
John.
Shit. I'm going to say John.
I'm gonna say John.
I'm going to say John, and that's hard for me because I tried watching Gino's show this week to hear about the Kevin Brennan stuff. It is fucking so hard to watch.
Do you know what I do?
What?
I picture myself in a room drinking with both of them, and I try to decide which one I think would annoy the piss out of me more.
Yeah.
And it's John for me.
John's creepier.
Yeah.
John's way creepier
He's
than
really
Gino.
creepy,
him
and
that.
I just feel like he'd be really chummy and weird.
Yeah. And drink and get too close to you and breathe on you, and he's got old man beer
He'd
breath.
invite me to go for a beer on the balcony with him, and it'd just be a green screen.
Yeah, he's probably got fat old guy roll sweat stink. And he'd just get it too close to you with his slightly sweaty, wet T-shirt. And like, oh, why don't you...
I don't feel good.
Yeah, Bill Oney says John would try to finger bang you.
Stop
At least.
it.
At least.
Okay.
John would beg April's for sex. I don't doubt that
April's?
either.
Whoa.
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah, but what would Gino do? He'd just probably sit there and think he's like really smart, right?
Gino?
Yeah. Just
Really
brag about
charming,
himself,
really
kinda.
smart, super funny. Yeah, big fan of himself. You got to give him that. He's a big fan of himself.
Big confidence equals big dick, right?
I don't. Well, I mean, the Irish are very confident people, and
What?
Sorry, guys. The Irish are known for having
Why?
not the
Is that
greatest.
true?
Because they live in a very cold, wet climate, so their dick probably turtles a lot.
Oh my God.
It's just a theory. What? A guy can't have a theory anymore?
No,
Thought this was free speech.
I've never known that to be true.
Justin Dabbler says Gino would pass out and ask if you'd like to join him in a stairwell somewhere. He's a hopeless romantic.
For cuddles or what?
Just a couple cuddles. Leave the guy alone. So anyway, John is worse than Gino. That's what I've decided tonight. But guys, we do have a lot to get to. I'm sorry. That's the end of the Stuttering John type stuff. So if you're here for that, I apologize. We don't really do a Stuttering John show. Sometimes we'll do some segments, some clips, stuff like that.
You should never tell them it's over until they ask.
I don't want them in the chat, complaining and when are you getting back to this? When do you get back to that?
How about we just enjoy the whole show?
Enjoy the whole show. We got
this
a lot
is
of
like
stuff
the
coming up.
most fun for me today. Like even on bad days, it's still fun to get on and do a show. Just stick around for the whole show.
240 away from our goal. There is the Streamlabs and PayPal link in the chat. Super chats and memberships count as well. If we hit that goal, we do an extra 30 minutes of overtime. They're saying, what about crazy Chad Zumach? We just put out a Chad Zumach clip on our channel today. You can check that out whenever you'd like. There's going to be a part 2 to that later this week. Tonight, if we get to overtime, I've got Brendan Schaub's hilarious clip where he completely fucks himself live on his show about Mr. Rogers. Just completely obliterates himself. And I've got Opie continuing to bitch about things he claims to be over with. So
that sounds lovely.
I got Brendan and Opie tonight for overtime if we hit it. Thank you, Bill Looney, or Bill Loney. I'm sorry. He says, plug Cardiff. We've talked about Cardiff Electric before on this program. He does a very funny channel. He's got the John puppet, the whole deal. I guess I'm not done with John because I will say this about Cardiff Electric. I saw this yesterday.
Hung like a tuna can, somebody says.
Yes, absolutely. Just wide and short. So
smells the same.
So Cardiff made this video about Stuttering John, and Carl, he was mad that Carl didn't use it at his live show. And, I know Carl. We text from time to time. We've been on each other's shows. I would never feel comfortable telling Carl that he should play something of mine on his show. Never. I would never even think to write him and ask him that.
That seems weird. I feel like if you did a good job on something, that it should be a spontaneous,
right.
Oh, this person really liked what I did.
He would just be like, oh, Aaron made this thing and the Steel Toe guys did this and check it out. I would never ask Carl to play something of mine. I just feel cringe doing that. And I guess Cardiff thought Carl was going to play something. He didn't. And then he got mad at Carl publicly on Twitter. And then Carl wrote to him. He's like, Jesus Christ, Cardiff. You know how hard it is to make Carl mad?
He seems pretty easygoing.
Yeah. So Carl got mad. He's like, and I'm paraphrasing here, Jesus Christ, Cardiff, I just didn't think that one was that funny. That was it. And that kind of set him off a little bit.
Isn't that what you get, though, when you ask somebody to play your stuff?
Yeah, they get to judge it.
If you had never asked, then he would have never had to tell you he didn't think it was funny.
Let me find the Cardiff clip. Yeah, banned on Who Are These Podcasts, the NYC video that Carla would not play. So again, he's not happy about Carl not playing this. God damn it. You fucking dabblers, I love that you enjoy our show. I love that you like us. But just when I think I'm out of the Stuttering John stuff for the night, you pull me back in, you sons of bitches.
Look at all the ones who probably ran for the gates as soon as you said no more.
Well, then aren't I just terrible at my job?
Tiny bit.
So this is Cardiff Electric. You guys, here, I'll just play the whole thing. It's 1minute, 20 seconds long. It's Cardiff Electric. He thought that this would be played at Carl's Who Are These Podcasts live event they did this weekend in New York. We'll hit play. I'll let the whole 1minute and 20 second thing happen. And you can tell me if Carl made the right call in not playing it.
Okay.
Stuttering John puppet.
Good morning, everyone. It's me, your pal, SJ Puppet. Welcome to New York, the Big Apple, Skull. I wish I could have been there with you all today.
I'm not judging.
Once I found out Puckface and Chrissy Mayer and Brian Comic Book Man and Eric Nagel and others would be there,
Here's AC coming on.
I said no. Also, I'm at Skankfest. Skull. Anyway, me and Shuli will catch up with you later. In the meantime, Skull, Gagia, and enjoy the monkeypox with Puckface. Gagia.
And that's the end of the clip.
How dare you do that to this show?
I am not judging Cardiff Electric. I am not judging Cardiff's taste. I am not judging his comedy. I will only say this in response to that video. As a guy who hosts a very successful show, I trust Carl's judgment, and I think he puts together a very good program, and I think everything is in the place Carl would like it to be. There. That's my diplomatic answer to that.
Respectful.
There. What do you think?
I very much think that somebody of the name Cardiff maybe shouldn't ask the bigger show to play his things.
It does really
until
seem
he's gotten to that level.
It does really seem a bit presumptuous, doesn't it?
Presumptuous and needy.
I think he just kind of swung and missed on that. It happens. I like Cardiff.
I think we just got to keep working and fine-tuning the puppet show until we get there.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy?
I mean, if I got 1,000 subscribers, I mean, look, we were there like 4 months ago. We were at 1,000 subscribers not too fucking long ago. And I'll tell you this, even at 55, 5,600, whatever we're at now, I still would not impose on a bigger channel to do anything with me. I want to stay off their radar until they tell me they like me more than anything else.
That's kind of what I think, because if I was even concerned a little bit that I might suck dick at something, I don't want to hear it from the bigger guy yet.
Like, for example, I think Royce finds me obnoxious. I don't think Royce likes me.
That's fine.
That's okay. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, that's fine.
He doesn't like my tweets anymore. I think he just wants me to kind of go away.
Well,
I think
I didn't want to say anything, but it seemed like for a while, every time he'd tweet, you had a thing to say.
Because he was liking them.
Exactly. And you told me that once. He's like, oh, Royce keeps liking my shit.
And then Royce didn't like my tweets.
And then you fucking milked the cow until it was dry.
I bothered Royce, and now he won't like my tweets.
You were that obnoxious little kid who thinks your trick is cool every time.
I bothered Royce. I bugged him.
Royce already has a Mersh.
What are you
saying? Being called Mersh is an insult now?
You said it like an insult. I don't take it as an insult, but you meant it that way.
I did not. I meant he has a partner.
Thank you very much to Dan Campbell with a $50 super chat. Holy shit, Dan. That is incredibly generous of you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Bill Loney with $5 says, you're never out. We just let you think you're out. Oh, there we go. All right, 195 away from our goal tonight. Thank you, Bill Loney, for being incredibly generous to a listener-supported show like ours.
I like Bill Loney.
We support it. We appreciate the support, sir.
And Mr. Campbell.
Let's see. I'm calling it. Carl was right, says Triple N. In the comments says, no, it's either funny or not meta funny. It's a reach, and the joke isn't landing anymore. There you go. Jason says, this sock sexually assaulted lamb chop. Okay. People are saying cringe.
Yes.
Sounds like William Shatner doing a Stut Joe impression. He's just copying Shuli. That's a terrible impression of anti-comedy with that puppet.
It was pretty bad.
Terrible, not great. Was that Alf? Sock Cop. Oh, I love Sock Cop. I miss him. I wish he'd come to YouTube.
He still streams. I still get his notifications.
Citizen M says this puppet sketch is generic and wholly uninspired. Shitting on John just for the sake of shitting on John seems like it would have been perfect for Who Are These Podcasts? Oh, boy. So he's shitting on both of them at the same time. D. Gulag says, Aaron was great on WATP. Well, thank you. I love reading nice things about myself. It's unfunny, says in the comments. Boo. This was shit.
This is just shit.
Kaput. No Reese Cup. No, says Jeff Spradlin. In the comments says, say it's bad. He's not funny. Time to stop hiding behind puppets. At least John's face is out there.
I know you, as like the face of the show, need to be a little more diplomatic and stuff.
What?
I don't think that was funny at all. The whole puppet thing is not.
Look, all I said was Carl is a professional. He puts together a wonderful program.
Well, Carl's fine.
And I think he includes things in his show that belong there.
Right.
D. Gulag says, LOL, Royce likes you. Half the reason I said that is because
he wants more attention from Royce.
I just want Dad to say hi. That's all. I don't have a real dad anymore.
You've got a real dad problem.
My real dad disowned me, so now I'm looking to some fucking Cuban to love me. The hell happened to me? This is how girls end up dating. Never mind. You know what? It's not necessary to say that. There's no reason to say something like that.
How dare you plot out my next move?
Oh God.
How mad would you be?
Let me just put it this way.
How mad would you be?
Let me just put it this way. We got climate change. There's no need to burn fossil fuels. Jesus.
What is wrong with you?
I've only had one beer.
Could
you get me
wrong?
one beer so I
No.
stop talking like that?
No.
My reason and logic is going to be at the bottom of the next one. Come on, I got one more of these bad boys. Would you grab it for me, please?
Look.
Come on. I'll suck on your
I'm having fun.
I'll suck on your cooter later. No. Oh, well, apparently it's going to be a struggle. That's what I like. Thank you very much to Balls Deep. He says, shout out to Aaron to Tires. Absolutely. 180 away from our goal tonight. Holy shit, you guys are great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, man. You guys are so busy in the chat. I'm trying to keep up so we can go to other stuff. Bill Loney says, potato is funny. There's a civil war breaking out over Cardiff and all this other shit. In the comments says, what episode were you on WATP? It's called The Female Dating Perspective, and I was on with Danny Polishuk, who was great. He was awesome. I'm always nervous when I'm on shows like that too. I'm such a, for all this bravado on the show, I really am an insecure cunt when I'm on shows with bigger people. April, how am I supposed to chip up this nice table?
No.
I can.
I have two.
Oh, you have a bottle opener. Fancy pantsy. Thank you. Gophers. Jesus. Is this going to lose to the beer bottle just like the Gophers lose to everybody else? Well, don't throw me two. Now we're just being... Actually, this one does suck ass. There. Oh. All right. Let's do a goddamn show. They're saying Jim Cornette disowned me. Yeah, I mean, all my dads.
Every dad you choose leaves you.
Fucking hate me. Even the one I didn't choose doesn't like me.
I like how he skips past my dad at all times, though. He doesn't want my dad to love him.
Your dad's not my dad. He's your dad.
My dad chose to be your father.
I know, but it can't be our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. No, because then we'd be brother and sister.
Aaron likes me.
No, then we're brother and sister, and then it's weird. We're not Targaryens, for fuck's sake. All right? We can't have the same father.
Go to your church then and start calling him father as you should, and maybe he'll take you in.
Fuck. I can't get rejected by God.
I think he's already done that.
Made me feel terrible. All right, guys.
Aaron, for as long as I've known him, has always said he was an atheist, no gods, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then yesterday out of nowhere, he made a God comment. So I said, oh, the God you don't believe in?
Everybody says thank God or oh God.
And he said something like, well, you gotta, what did you say? How'd you put it? Just in case you're wrong.
Yeah, hedging my bets.
Hedging his bets in case he's wrong.
Because if I'm wrong, I burn in hell.
He doesn't want to burn in hell, but there is no God.
Exactly. Rain says, have you opened a beer before? What the fuck was that technique, Steel Toe? I'm never opening a beer on air again. Ever. I noticed on that Who Are These Podcasts episode, I love reviews of myself, with Aaron, he doesn't know what to do when someone else is talking. Yes, I do. I wait for my turn to talk. I wait patiently.
Wait, they said you don't know what to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes kind of some sense.
Thanks. The implication says new here, just supporting the show because I'm totally new here. NBG or something. Oh, hey, thanks, buddy.
I don't know if he's the new one that said this, but earlier in the chats, somebody new was being funny, oh, what are the host names? And somebody told him, oh, Aaron and April. And he's like, oh, which one's Aaron?
Don't make me bust.
Get it? You're not.
Hey, I'll bust out my fucking puppets.
You could go either way.
It's been a weird, enjoyable show.
This has been the best part of my whole day.
Citizen M says, Aaron, you came off great on Who Are These Podcasts, but when you first had Carl on your show, you looked like a golden retriever begging to go for a walk. 1,000% fair assessment. When I have bigger people on, I get nervous. I want them to like me.
Who do you want to like you the most right now?
Anthony fucking Cumia.
It's the only reason he's having Chrissy
My
on.
biggest radio influence ever. I just want Anthony to not hate me.
He's gonna, as soon as he's done with Chrissy, tomorrow he's gonna be like, "Hey Anthony, did you see your other friend was on? Do you want to come on?"
No. What I'm gonna no, I got E-Rock coming on the following Tuesday.
So you're basically just going after everyone first.
Hey, E-Rock. E-Rock sent me the email first. He emailed me and said, "Hey, I saw you on Who Are These Podcasts. You did a really great job."
You could get Gino on after E-Rock and get him to like bury the hatchet.
Bury
so to
the
speak,
hatchet
with
with Gino. I'm not against it.
There's a whole lot to talk about with him right now.
Yeah, I'd have Gino on. I'd have anybody.
We'd have
on.
anybody on.
I'd have Zumak on.
We'd have Ye on.
Oh, I'd love to have Ye on.
Send something out to him. What if he would come on? He's kind of that guy who's kind of just out there saying shit right now.
Who knows? Yuichi says, Cumia don't know you, bro. Yes, he does. He watched my episode of Who Are These Podcasts. He enjoyed it.
How do you know?
Because he talked about it one week on his show. He said, I just watched the new Who Are These Podcasts. It was hilarious. They were shitting on John and Opie.
It's the hardest Aaron's
that was
dick's ever been.
Hardest my dick's ever been. Ever. Moving up the line to get to Ant. Exactly. It's like Mortal Kombat. I'm just working through the guys till I get to Shang Tsung. Yeah?
You got to have that older guy on, too. Bob? Is it Bob? Bob Levy.
Bob. Oh, I'd love to have the Reverend Bob
I like that guy on.
Oh, fucking Bob's
He could be your
hilarious,
daddy.
dude.
Oh,
Dude,
Daddy Bob.
Bob is one of those guys, you have him on your show, and you just talk to him and get the fuck out of the way because you're not going to be the funniest guy on
I have
when
a secret.
Bob is on. Yeah.
I have a bourbon coffee in front of me. It's delicious.
You're an alcoholic. That's fine.
Yes.
Could you hold up the giant tray of cookies you're eating for everybody?
It's not giant.
Please,
They're
go ahead.
Delicious.
Hold up the giant. That's what April's eating right now.
They're homemade.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Matthew's-
Act like you don't want one.
I had one before the
You
show.
pickers.
Thank you. Matthew says Anthony can be your new dad.
Would you rather have Daddy Anthony or Daddy Levy? Levy.
Look,
Excuse me.
no offense to Bob.
I love Bob.
I think Bob might be old enough to be my grandfather. 35.
Would ya?
No, he's probably in his mid-60s.
Yeah.
No, he's
now Bob's never coming on
No,
this
he's
channel
old enough to
because
be my
he's-
dad. I
He insulted
apologize.
his age.
I was talking to Shuli on Twitter. We were DMing back and forth with Shuli, and then he got busy with that Uncle Rico show. I should get back to Shuli and see if he'd come on.
Okay, new question. Is there anywhere outside of Compound Media that like you're super antsy to get somebody on?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
He's put out a couple videos just today that I have to watch.
Really?
He's
I'd love to get Jesse Lee Peterson. I want.
they're not even like his show, it's standalones.
I want Royce again.
Of course you do.
Mike from Red Letter Media
How about
would be a fun one.
Mike David?
Mike David. I would love to have Mike David on. I'd say, hey, why out of nowhere did you decide to be a fucking dick to be in my show? When we said nothing but nice things to you, did you go to the Bring Back group and go, don't ever fucking listen to this guy or you're banned from here?
So
Why would you say something like that to someone you clearly respect and admire? No, he would never go on anyone else's show because the last time he started going on other people's shows, he kind of looked like an idiot. And I don't think he likes that. He doesn't like being made fun of. He doesn't like being the butt of the joke. He needs that control.
oh Mikey Mike.
Needs it.
I just thought about the other Kanye thing
Yeah.
because we're thinking about people that we want on the show.
A Jew.
Howard Stern called Kanye, or he basically said Kanye is Hitler today.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that?
Oh, you mean
he
Howard
went
had
out, like on the record and said basically Kanye's Hitler.
You mean Howard had the obvious boilerplate, easiest take in the fucking world? God, he's so hard to
I
listen
know.
to now. Gavin McInnes is another one, but he's kind of in that compound
Can I tell you something?
circle. Yeah?
There's a lot more interesting people I'd want on before
Then
him.
Gavin? Dude, he founded the Proud Boys. That's something to talk about.
Yeah, but will he talk about that?
Oh, yeah. He would talk about the Proud Boys all fucking day. Sure.
Yeah, but and my thing is though, in like what way? Like dismissive of the thing he created or what?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'd love to have Kevin Brennan on. They're saying Rich Evans would be better than Mike from Red Letter Media. I don't know. Jordan Peterson. No, he'd annoy me.
Jordan Peterson is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah. So pompous.
Pompous.
All right, guys. Let's. I swear we can get into some stuff. I know we're having. It's like I feel like I'm not doing a show for people yet. Everyone's having
It's
fun.
the
and
third
they're-
evening show of the week, and I think this is kind of like the midweek hangout time.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We're only 175 away. You guys have been supportive as fuck. You guys are nice. You're wonderful people.
Thank you.
Beer and a half in. Starting to get gay in here. Mo from Radio Gunk. I'd love to have Monique on the show. Look at everybody just playing fantasy booker for the old steel toe here.
I've heard you guys say her name a couple times this week. I don't know who that is.
I think she follows me on Twitter now. She
God, listen to you.
she does a Howard Stern shitting on Howard Stern show.
Oh,
She covers
that
Howard.
seems fine.
Yeah, she covers Howard and shits all over him. Yeah. This is lit, guys. Interacting with chat is keeping me in here, honestly. Oh, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Ooh, I hate that he took our fucking thing.
Stop saying it like that.
I'm bothered.
I would like to have Jim Norton on and have him talk about his time with Opie.
I don't want Jim Norton on. I want
Why?
Chip Chipperson on.
Okay, you'll get that for part of it, I'm sure.
I would like to do a behind the actors studio, inside the actors studio with Paul Hargis. I would just like Jim to be Uncle Paul and just talk to him for a good hour.
He's got Uncle Paul now and Daddy Kumia.
Yeah.
You're filling out your family tree.
Filling out the family tree. Oh, yeah, I could have Ted Scheckler on as well. 4 guests for the price of 1.
What about Ethan Ralph?
I would fucking die. I would die to have Ethan Ralph on this program. I want Ethan Ralph. He blocked me on Twitter because I make fun of him because he's fat and stupid.
I still have access to him.
I would.
Would you like me to talk to him?
Talk to him. Say I want to smooth things over.
I do?
No, I do.
Oh, shoot.
And then tell him I want to help him meet his child. I'm just kidding. He'd never come on the show then.
What the fuck?
Tell him that I've got a bad case of beta-ness and I need the Ralpha male.
Oh.
April hates the Ralpha male.
God.
She does not like the Ralpha male.
That is birth control, calling yourself that.
There was a couple of requests for people. Oh, Louis J. Gomez, write him down too. I want Louis on this program. I like Louis. Red Bar should be Mike David should be at the top of Aaron's period, not Count Kumia. No offense, but like in the grand scheme of things, in terms of accomplishments, in broadcasting accomplishments, Mike David is closer to me than he is to Kumia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Anthony.
What are you even comparing?
Anthony Cumia, you can say what you want. You don't like him now, whatever. One of the top 5 most successful radio guys in that comedy realm. I mean, if you start going into politics, there's a lot more successful. But in that comedy realm, not many more successful than Anthony. Howard Stern and Howard Stern.
You want a little Bert Kreischer on your show?
No.
What if he
die.
asked to come on? You'd say no. How would you ever say no to that?
I guess I'd talk to him for the exposure.
Exactly.
I'm a whore.
You are a whore.
Oh, man. They're saying Howard Stern and Mancow. I don't know if was Mancow bigger than O&A? Maybe, because he was mornings when he was syndicated. Yeah, Mancow might. I think Mancow's dog shit, and I don't like him, but I think he might have been bigger.
I think you call yourself Mancow, you automatically sound like a douche.
Yeah. You're automatically unlikable if you're Mancow. I won't lie. I used to watch him in like middle school because my parents would have Fox News on when I was getting ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be on Fox and Friends.
Okay.
And Mancow would be on there. So I saw a lot of Mancow.
My parents also always watched Fox.
Yeah.
Big shock, I'm sure.
Mancow was probably on there. All right. I have a couple of updates for you. Do you know Ed and Michelle from, you guys remember Ed and Michelle from the Great Indoors channel that we like to watch?
How do you forget?
These two remarkably wholesome. I want to play this for the dabblers since we have all these dabblers in here. I want to see if they find these two as charming as everyone else does because our audience loves these two. We usually play stuff and shit on people and make fun of them and we're mean and we laugh and we giggle like school kids and we think, oh, we're so hip, we're so funny, we're so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something with Ed and Michelle from the Great Indoors. They go and review like shitty Chinese food places, but they review it like it's the Ritz-Carlton.
They love it.
I mean, we did an episode yesterday where it was the Ground Round. They went to the Ground Round and they reviewed it like they were at fucking Baltazar's.
It's fucking brand new, man.
It was great. And we went in with every intention of just ripping these two apart and making fun of them. And the audience in the chat and us all at the same time, we went, you know what? These two are just too goddamn endearing.
I want them at my holiday dinners.
They're just likable. They're nice. So we were trying to figure out yesterday, what is the reason or what is the relation between these two? Now, World's Worst Artist says, you two think y'all are hip and edgy and cool. That was said as like
I don't.
Do you understand that I was saying that as like we think we're all... Never mind. It was lost on you. It's okay. We were wondering how Ed and Michelle were connected. Because at first, I mean, the obvious answer is they're married. Right?
Yeah, but then I happened to notice neither of them had a wedding ring on.
That's what I was getting at. April notices yesterday they don't have the wedding ring on.
Because you started with, like, these two are in their 50s and, like,
Their
their
kids
kids are out of
moved
the
out.
house and all that.
Oh,
Aaron Imholt,
no.
God damn it. Fuck.
Guys, that was not good. I may or may not have just spilled a shitload of beer into the Roadcaster. I may or may not have just spilled beer onto the board. All over the board. Do you want me to move it in any way, shape, or form, or do you want me just to fuck off for a second and not move anything?
I'm trying not to push buttons right now.
Here. She's cleaning up the board. The board's getting cleaned up. Oh, you just muted me. Oh, there you go. The board's getting cleaned up.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a doctor.
Home run, Jeopardy.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a doctor. Make a face come to goddamn.
Home run, Jeopardy.
You fucking guy.
You're not going to be able to get the beer that's already spilled into the
Yeah, I know.
tracks there.
It's in there, huh?
Yuichi says, like Red Bar playing that Crowder riff. Oh, you mean like everybody making fun of the Crowder riff? I don't think you can necessarily call that a Red Bar
Aaron.
thing. Oh, there's beer all over. Here, let me lift up the board. Let me help.
Can you get your beer out of the way, maybe?
Not at the moment.
Is that not possible?
I see some dripping going on.
Oh,
All right, there we go. I think we're good now.
no, it's
April.
beer.
April, it looks good as new. Look, I'll play with the slider. Oh, nice and smooth. Don't put a fucking beer towel on me, you dumb ape. I haven't said that since I was in traffic today. Okay.
There is beer in those. You look how wet that one is. Those are going to be so sticky in the morning. Good luck.
You think that's going to be the
That's
only
gonna
thing?
be sticky.
You think that's going to be sticky in the morning? You're going to feel your ass crack. I just dribbled down my chin.
Why are you such a wreck right
This
now?
is a mess of a show, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what.
We're trying to talk about Ed and Michelle.
Remember, for overtime tonight, I'm going to be 2 beers deep talking about Brendan Schaub and Opie. So I think tonight's show has a shitload of potential, and it's only going to get better with age. 170.
You might have ruined our roadcaster.
Yeah.
I think when that dries overnight, that's going to be a sticky board.
You think so?
Sticky board. That track is soaked.
Oh, you did such a terrible job of wiping this up. Look at that. I'm finding beer. I'm just kidding. I was only kidding, honey. Hey, I spilled a good amount of beer. Do we have any more upstairs? I'm supposed to go to the gym after this show, aren't I? I want to go.
No, I think we just have bourbon.
I want to go box shit hammered. I mean, just
sounds like a great idea.
bag work, not
I
sparring.
think you should lean in. No, I think you should spar.
You think so? I'll
Yep.
spar you.
Spar hard. Nope, not me.
Nobody else is going to be there. Yeah. All right, guys. 170 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. Cool Boy says, you're gay, Aaron. Stream sniping you, dude. What? Why? Why would you do that?
What does that mean?
Try to hurt my feelings by stream sniping me. Jay Santos says, Royce shunning him made him lose his confidence. That's exactly what it is. All right, guys. Let's back into Ed and Michelle.
What is stream snipping or sniping?
Sniping, it means he's going to play my stream. Some shit. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Look, we were talking about Ed and Michelle. Ed and Michelle are not indeed not married. They are not even boyfriend-girlfriend.
Okay, you're sus now.
Ed and Michelle are brother and sister. They are brother and sister in their 50s, and they go to these establishments together, and they review them as if we didn't need more reason for these two to be more wholesome We now found out that they're siblings who go to Chinese restaurants together and review them on YouTube as though it's the nicest restaurant they've ever been to.
I'm not on your side with the more wholesome part.
Oh.
Not after we've made how many ass cheek clapping comments about those two getting it after their buffet round.
We didn't know.
We've talked about them fucking and licking sauce and using barbecue sauce as lube together.
I am not ashamed. I did not know that they were brother and sister, and therefore it's like a Luke and Leia thing. If you don't know, how can it be weird?
Oh, if you don't know, then by all means make out.
I'm just saying.
We all have made that mistake before, at least with a cousin, right?
You didn't know because they came from a different state. Chris says stream sniping is when someone directs their viewers to enter another person's live stream and wreak havoc. Oh, that guy doesn't have any viewers. We're fine. Cool Boy says, Aaron, I'm making fun of you in front of everyone, dude. Yeah, see, I've been drinking now, and I have no idea.
I don't know what a cool boy is.
I know what a cool boy is. It's that fucking guy. All right. So I want to do... So yesterday, Ed and Michelle made a new video.
Okay.
They reviewed Logan's Roadhouse Restaurant.
Oh.
Would you like to see Logan's Roadhouse Restaurant with Ed and Michelle before we move on to news stories and all that tonight?
Well, yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Logan's Roadhouse Restaurant with our friends Ed and Michelle from the Great Indoors. Yes?
Look how many videos these guys put out. They've got several in the last week.
They are prolific. That is
them.
for sure. And they don't bullshit you and lie and do fake bits like Amaranth, which is really nice.
They have a car wash episode.
They do. Yes, they review a car wash. Let's go to brother and sister duo, Ed and Michelle from the Great Indoors.
Hey, everyone. Ed here from the Great Indoors.
Uh-oh.
I had made a really nice intro.
Oh, no. This looks like a video where at the beginning he goes, I'm sorry to tell you, Michelle died of cancer last night. I'll be carrying on the channel by myself, and this next episode is at her favorite barbecue joint, Logan's Roadhouse Pit, and this is just for her.
It actually hurts a little to think about.
You would cry if Michelle died?
I think so, because I'm considering inviting them over for dinner one night.
Just make sure you have enough. And remember, they like...
I cook lots of food.
And remember, they like wingdings.
I will get the wingdings.
Okay.
To this restaurant review, Logan's in Vienna, West Virginia, and my
Production
GoPro
value.
malfunctioned, or I malfunctioned.
He's explaining.
Or whatever. Something malfunctioned, and I did not get any of that video. So I'm going to go with what I have.
So I took the picture of the sun shining directly into my lens.
Why are we fisting? Why is the fist here? There's just a fist.
This goes into your asshole once you're done at Logan's.
You get a good fisting at Logan's
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Cut in to the food review in the restaurant
A nice
where we
thumb.
have already been given our salads. I apologize for the inconvenience,
Hey,
but these things do happen.
don't you apologize.
Thanks again
so
for
sweet.
watching. Bye-bye.
Oh, Ed.
Don't say bye when you have a video coming.
Yeah. So they go to where they have their salad at Roadhouse. Oh, Michelle's got her fucking Cleveland Browns shirt on.
Yep, she's got a new shirt on.
This bitch is ready to go.
Okay, just like I mentioned, the GoPro died, and Michelle just came out with the salad. I'm using her phone right now to record her salad. I guess that's only appropriate. Michelle's phone recording Michelle's salad.
And again, this is where I respect Ed and Michelle far more than I respect that hacky hunk of dog shit Tony Michaels.
They're honest.
Ed and Michelle eat on the camera. Old Chicky McNuggs sits there and, I love cheese, and then skips the eating part because he's embarrassed because he's a fat boy, and the fatty boy is ashamed to eat in front of people because he'll look like a fats with the ketchup dripping down his face. Not Michelle. She deep throats a salad and shoves that ranch right down her gullet, and she doesn't care if her face is covered in it at the end. She's like, I'm eating, bitch.
Her whole salad was lubed up with ranch. That whole
Oh
thing
man,
was
she
thick.
she drowned that fucker.
Nice and cold.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
And the plate cold too.
that's a nice presentation, too. What do you got there?
This is what I love about
She
these
put that
two.
together, though.
This is what I love about these two. It's Logan's Roadhouse. It's just a side of the road place, and they're like, wonderful presentation. Yes, as I'm eating with my. I thought that was a plastic
I
fork
did too.
at first.
Oh my
Tomato
god.
and
The
some
cheese, carrots, cucumbers, croutons.
So basically, any house salad you get at any other restaurant
it's
in
an
the world.
Iceberg lettuce salad. Come on.
And it's and black pepper and fat-free ranch.
And you add
Oh,
black
fat-free
pepper.
ranch.
Conservative.
Michelle, you eat what you want, darling.
Are you about to
Fat
call
free.
her a queen?
Listen, you eat what you want, queen.
Ew.
You don't let them haters tell you what you can eat. Fat-free is for pussies. You're a queen. You eat that real ranch. You gussy it up.
Those croutons
Does
look
that
like
come
they
with the
fucked
pepper on it
them.
right
Correct.
there? Okay. Very good. And we are doing really well with the
Oh,
spinach.
no. Guys, see, this is...
That came in a jar.
And then somebody came in the jar.
Oh.
Look at that. They got to stop going to these places where the sauces are two-toned.
They
It's
like to
off-putting.
stop shitting on their taste.
Well, I'm sorry, but I want to see Ed and Michelle
on.
dress in their Cleveland Browns t-shirts and go to like a 5-star place.
I'm having a thought. You know how here in St. Cloud, the saying is we don't deserve anything nice because this is what we eat? This is Midwest states. This is what
Yep.
we fucking eat, so this is what we deserve.
The Midwest does not deserve nice restaurants because people like Ed and Michelle eat their two-tone spinach artichoke
Yes.
dip and they go, fuck it, this is delicious.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's every Midwesterner ever. I want to see them do an Applebee's next.
They look at a common salad plate and they go, wonderful presentation. The chilled plate is a nice touch. I enjoy that.
Even my
Fish
plates
artichoke dip. It's very
cold.
creamy, very tasty. Michelle's got that to work on, and I get this to work on.
Oh, no, it's gross when it turns from green to white. Ed, don't eat that.
Stop it.
Ed,
No.
I cannot. I want them to do one of these, a crossover with Gordon Ramsay where he reviews it with them.
You hit them with the plates.
Where they're taking a bite of the spinach artichoke dip and then he takes a bite and they're like, I think it's wonderful and creamy, and Gordon's puking his guts out in the aisle.
He's going to puke his guts out and then he's going to frisbee the plate across
Yeah.
the room and scream.
And Michelle's going to go, I was eating that.
No, I think Michelle cries.
Gordon would be mean to Michelle, wouldn't
And
he?
Ed tries to like stand up to Gordon,
Gordon slaps
but
him.
like won't make eye contact 'cause he's nervous.
I'm going to pull down your pants and give you a bare bottom spanking. And then Ed sits down all ashamed and cucked out. I want to write this episode.
But wait, it's his sister.
Yeah.
I got the better part of the deal. Oh yeah. Our server Jalen is all over it. Look at how much. This is how much Coke I have from the first go around.
What?
And look at that. She's already reloaded me with another.
This guy is so impressed. The server just kept dumping Cokes on me. Ed, you know what that means? That means she looked at you and went, this motherfucker's going to down some soda.
He's going to need that.
Yeah, I'm throwing him 2 sodas just because I know he's going to drink them.
Do you ever feel, though, that like these two have been severely hurt somewhere in their life that they think this is impressive?
Look, I wanted to leave that part out, but I do believe that there's an ugly story behind these two.
Maybe their parents didn't feed them or something.
There's a part of this story that I'd rather not know about, but I know exists. Put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know how I like my Coca-Cola. I'm not going to have to worry about having enough Coca-Cola for the dinner, hey, Michelle?
And you had one for the road on I-77.
Shut up, bitch! You don't tell stories about me out of school.
Stop yelling at her.
That was just between you and me, Michelle, and you broke that trust.
I am impressed by her, though. She's always drinking water.
She is, whereas Ed's double fisting Cokes at
She
the fucking
knows.
Roadhouse pit.
She knows the worthy calories come in the food.
Right. She's doing the fat-free ranch. She's doing the water, and Ed's just drinking all his calories, the wasteful fuck.
She brought out a pitcher of water for Michelle, so we are ready to get into it. Oh, yeah.
Let's rock and roll at Logan's.
I love her so much.
There's not anything negative to say about her.
You know what? Fuck Ed. She's the star.
That's why she's always on camera.
Ed, can I say this? Ed is the Opie of Ed and Michelle.
So does that mean he's going to get bitter and jealous someday?
Yes. And this is the Anthony of the situation.
Okay, Michelle's meatloaf came out and looks like it's time.
That's
That
meatloaf?
can't be meatloaf. That's not allowed.
Oh, guys, that is not okay. If you
it's
guys
black.
if you guys say that's good, again, this is Midwesterners. We should know. We live in the Midwest. This is how they are.
We don't fuck up our meatloaf here, though.
But they look at a blackened hunk of meatloaf and they go, ooh, a tasty, fancy dinner.
Aaron's very much against black meatloaf.
I liked the original, Bat Out of Hell. Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I didn't like when they did the black meatloaf. Who you guys might know him as CeeLo Green. Otherwise known as Black Meatloaf.
She's about to say she likes the nice char on the meatloaf.
Oh, no. That's just because they haven't cleaned the grill, Michelle. Don't eat that.
Some mushrooms on there and some grilled onions.
Hold on.
And it's got
doesn't
the,
look
the
right.
Those are
brown
canned.
gravy on there. And there's Michelle's potatoes, and it looks like it's real, doesn't it?
They're homemade, man.
Oh, they look real.
They've had so many spuds in their life. They're just so thrilled about real ones.
As you guys know, we've been hurt by instant potatoes before, and by God, these look real.
Those mushrooms were 100% canned, though. They threw canned mushrooms on the grill.
I just love what these two are impressed by. It's so charming.
It breaks my heart sometimes because, I think those are real mashed potatoes.
Oh, I think those might be real.
Like they've never had them or something.
Meanwhile, the server's in the back going, hey, guys. She thinks the mashed potatoes are real. Then you hear this cackling from the kitchen.
What if it was just like Spud's instant potato and they just throw like the old potato skins in there?
Yeah, sure. Doesn't take much to trick old Ed and Michelle. They like the ground round.
Homemade white sauce.
We'll try some of the potato first.
Look at Ed directing.
You could even mix a little bit of that gravy with it to add to it, huh?
Yeah, out of this world. I love white gravy. I haven't had white gravy in a long time. I know it's
Now
bad.
let's try your...
She's letting on a little more than she meant.
Michelle ain't had any white gravy in quite some time. Oh, yeah, here we go. The nice, charming lady says something innocent. We got to turn it into her drowning in cum.
Well, check this out. Clearly, neither of them are married. They're brother and sister. They've probably got no kids. She's got cats and he's got a dog. I guarantee it.
Your
Meatloaf.
You cut it with that potato knife.
Was it easy to cut or what? Yeah.
You.
Oh, that
see
does
that?
that looks awful.
That is the worst looking meatloaf ever.
If she likes that, these two are the most easily impressed people I've ever seen.
I like this view we got here,
Oh,
though.
I like staring at Michelle's fucking tits in her Browns t-shirt.
Yeah, so
Is she wearing that Browns t-shirt? She sure is, because it ain't wearing her.
really cool. Hold it still.
Oh.
Rotate it.
Oh.
Okay, give it a shot, Michelle. She loves her meatloaf. Is this worthy of your affection?
I love Michelle. I want t-shirts with Michelle giving her thumbs up.
She's about to fucking slide off her booth over there.
Has she eaten one ghastly, horrific, disgusting thing we've seen? Remember that disgusting uncooked chicken she ate? And she
The
was like,
thighs, yeah.
that was so good.
They squirted all over her shirt.
If I'm opening a restaurant, I'm inviting these two in because they will tell everyone how fucking awesome it is.
Rave reviews. They'll even do a video.
I think they made their corn dogs in the oven. These guys are great.
It's real cornmeal, guys.
Thumbs up. All right. So, what if you had to analyze it, Michelle? How would you rate it with homemade?
It is
potato?
homemade. It has nice.
No, it's not.
Honey, no.
Michelle, that is not homemade meatloaf.
I want to take her into my home and like wrap a blanket around her and give her a real meatloaf.
Michelle, it was made by a recovering meth head on a line. You threw it in a microwave with your potatoes.
It probably comes in loaves, like
Yeah.
a metal loaf, and they stick that metal loaf in the oven and they probably burnt it, you know?
Well, I don't want to dive too deep into Ed and
What?
Michelle tonight. What? Do I do more Ed and All right, fine.
Flavor to it. It has like nice little pepper, a little salt,
Yeah.
oregano.
I'm just kidding.
just the right amount of seasoning in it.
Is it
Highly
dry
recommend-
or do you?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, and I usually don't like gravy.
All right, I'm skipping because I don't give a fuck about this part. I want to see what Ed's. Oh, of course, Ed has a burger and that's burnt.
Everything's those
And the
onions
tomatoes
look
are
good though.
wilty.
Those onions look fucking good.
Oh, this guy's.
Let's take the lid off over here.
That's called a
to give
bun.
you
but
guys a
okay.
better
Oh,
look
that
at
bun is light
Why is
and
the
pale.
what is white on the bun?
it. It's got crispy onion rings built into it.
No.
And there's secret
Guys.
sauce mixed in there. If you could see that.
Ed, I'll give you $30 not to eat that, Ed.
It's secret sauce.
Ed, don't eat that. There's a 26% chance that's semen.
And then it's got like
That
I
bun's
think it's a
mushy.
1/4 pound patty
That is a charcoal bun. That's a briquette.
That's a brick
there.
Okay.
With some more onion rings and some pickles.
And like Tomatoes
and
that are
some
turning white.
There's something sticking out of that burger
and
right
some
there.
other
Ed, don't
onions.
eat that.
There's a lot going on there.
What is wrong with that
And
bun?
Michelle is looking for, what do you need?
Ew, it's multicolored.
Wow, it's a handful. It's a very big
Ed,
handful.
don't
I
eat
gotta-
Look at
that.
the tomato.
Look at
Yeah,
how
it
it
looks like shit.
Look how excited Michelle is.
Oh, look at her face. Michelle is pumped.
just-
That bun's troubling.
Oozing out.
Hold on. Okay, let's give this a shot. I had to stop the camera.
All right, let's take a bet. Does Ed get saucy face?
Not only does he get saucy face, that tomato falls out.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ed's bite. I'm going to watch Ed's bite, then I'm done. I got to tap out for Ed and Michelle for the
Okay.
night.
So I could actually change angles on my hand. Look at that tomato on there, though.
We get
Look
it.
at how
It's
massive
guys.
that tomato
Okay,
is.
guys.
Guys,
tomato
act
slice.
like you've seen a tomato before. Act like you plan on going back, okay?
Compared to the rest of the hamburger.
We get it.
I'm turning the camera.
It's an oddly
and that
large
pickle's about to
tomato.
fall off. Anyway, let's give it a try.
Look, his nose. God damn. Oh, it stayed in. You look at that nose.
Oh, wow. He's got like a boogery hair nose in there. All right. No sauce on Ed's nose. Let's see how he liked his charcoal burger.
That nose is bad.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, McBell.
This place looks cool back there.
That burger is brown on the inside. Oh, there we go. Checking in with brother and sister food review duo, Ed and Michelle. Absolutely love those two.
I don't like that we don't get to talk about their fucking after now.
No, you
Their
can't talk about them
sloshy
fucking
sex
anymore.
and
No.
stuff.
Farfik Nugan with $10 says Aaron looks very meek today. I spilled beer all over our board.
Are you worried about it?
I don't like that I did that.
I actually
Sorry,
forgot
guys.
about it till you just brought it up again.
Yeah. Bill Loney with they shaved around her helmet with $2. Oh no. Brian says April Ed was wearing a wedding ring in the opening photo.
Really? Oh man.
Somebody wrote to me last week and they said they're brother and sister. So
You let me make all of those sex jokes for a week?
no, last night.
Oh, I thought you said last week they told you.
Oh, I'm sorry if I said that.
I thought
I
I
was
was being
wrong.
really bad.
No, you're fine. Marquise writes, I want to come on those juicy dogs. Oh, for God's sake, man.
Oh.
Bill Loney with another $2. Oh, I said he shaved around her helmet. All right. John Tard's Dark Brandon shirt says, holy shit, Christ, that is disgusting. That's why I love these two. They have the lowest standards in food
They do.
ever.
I bet
I have never seen two people with lower food standards in my life than Ed and Michelle.
those two would come so hard over China Star Buffet in town here.
Oh, my God. They would
Oh,
lose their mind.
God.
The variety.
The variety alone.
Oh.
They'd probably be thrilled that there's dessert options.
But you know, the simplicity of these two really is what's needed in these
Yes.
times that we're in.
It's
Like there's
the break we all need.
they're innocent, they're big hapless dipshits, and I mean that in the most beautiful, loving way possible. They're just big dumb apes, and they're awesome. Oh. See, Cruz
so
Smitty says,
good.
all bullshit aside, they seem like good people. Right,
Yes,
exactly.
I do want them at my holidays now.
Like if Michelle wrote to us and said, we heard your segment on us and it hurt my feelings, I'd put a gun in my mouth.
I would have to stop streaming.
I'd feel like a piece of shit.
I do worry about that sometimes, like when we've said some nasty things, but we mean it in like a loving manner. But this is the only way we know how to put it out there.
Right.
And they really get hurt. I get scared of that.
Bill Loney says Ohio personified. That's where they're from. They're from Ohio.
Yeah.
Marquis says send them to Baltazar. They will be in heaven. Do you know how much great advertising that fuck got from that James Corden thing? Because now when all of us want to reference a nice restaurant, we just say Baltazar
Yeah.
because of that news. That's
You know,
perfect.
I feel like they wouldn't know what to do in even like a Red Lobster. I feel like that's too
Right.
nice.
Like if you sent them to an Olive Garden, they'd be like, I want to send them to a Baltazar to watch them shit on it. Like, you know, this isn't as good as the ground round.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of like some of the most expensive places we've ever been.
Like in Las
How
Vegas.
dare they be in like Nobu or something like that? They would not understand what
Send
to
them
do
to
with
Prime
themselves.
at the Bellagio, and they'll go, this steak is good. It's not as good as the steak I had at Bonanza. They know how to cook a steak. Have you guys ever hired anyone from Ponderosa? I mean, that's a place that knows how to cook a fucking steak.
Can you imagine?
Meanwhile, one of the greatest steak chefs in the world at Prime is just sitting there hanging himself in the walk-in because these two Midwesterners asked him if he's ever had Ponderosa.
Oh, some fucking chef like drowns himself in the lake of dreams at SW Steakhouse. at the Wynn because they said they've had better at fucking Ponderosa.
Yes. Actually, you could send them to like Ghislaine says, medieval times. And they'd be like, oh my God, my fucking dick's about to fall off.
They would
This is so good.
they'd literally feel like royalty there.
They would. They'd be like, medieval king. I feel like King Charles right now. Are you kidding me?
The fifth?
Is he the fifth?
No, I'm asking the
Oh,
dog
no.
guy.
They look like Prince Charles V, yes. BHS says, okay, I think that is a good bit. Reverse review. See, people who look at Ed and Michelle at first, they go, oh, fuck this. This is terrible. They watch Ed and Michelle, and they go, I like these two. This is good. Prince Grass says, I used to work at an Applebee's. That stuff sucked. Oh, come on. Ed and Michelle would love it.
Dude, I'm even trying to think back in my restaurant kitchen working days. Like, I worked at the Nice Place in my
Litchfield,
hometown.
Yeah.
Okay, and even they do some nasty shit in the kitchen.
Yeah, if
It's
you
just, you
like,
don't want to work somewhere you know it's bad.
I lived in Litchfield for a while, and that place seemed nice. And then you start branching out, and you go, "Oh God, that place is barely
It's
passable."
so
But in
bad.
Litchfield, it's better than like the Swans Cafe.
Yeah, and if this means anything, it was like the rib place, like on a golf course on a lake. So it was like supposed to be the country club, like
Yeah.
nice place to eat. And I've seen people in there drop chicken breasts on the floor and still stick it back on the plate and
Oh
shit.
no!
Like, I didn't personally do that because it disgusted me so bad, but and like the salad bar tubs, you know, the little stainless steel like tubs of like the peas and like the different toppings.
Yeah.
When shit just gets like mixed when it's out there, people just kind of put the old shit on the bottom and top it off with the nice stuff, so you end up digging out nasty old things.
Yeah. Prince Grass says, no, I mean, that stuff sucked. Applebee's was way better. Oh, they're saying the Applebee's was better than like the shit Ed and
Sorry.
Michelle just raved about. You're right. I bet you we could send them to like a TGI Fridays and they'd flip their lid.
I fucking flip my lid at TGI Fridays.
Jesus Christ.
Some Jack Daniels ribs are so good.
Thank you very much. Jay Santos says, great show. Thanks for the laugh. Fire Corey and Oz, please. Why would we say something like that?
Okay.
All right, 155 away from tonight's goal. By the way, guys, thank you. You've been doing great. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs link in the chat. If you'd like to chip in, if we hit that 155, it keeps our show going, and we do 30 minutes of overtime. And for overtime tonight, we have Brendan Schaub and Opie. Oh, it's gonna be fun. The Brendan Schaub, Mr. Rogers thing. I've been keeping that under my hat for 2 days now. It's one of the most retarded Brendan Schaub moments ever, and that is fucking saying something, because rarely have we ever caught Brendan saying the dumb wrong thing,
Yeah.
being convinced that he's not a retard,
And
and then finding out in real time he is retarded.
do you know what I watched Brendan Schaub do?
What?
He himself posted an Instagram snippet from one of his shows with Brian.
Yeah.
And he was like choking him out. Like he was trying to show off his like chokehold skills.
Sure.
And he basically, it looks so gay. He was on his back on the floor with Brian Callen like laying on top of him for like a long time, just choking him. It was the most stupid thing
Very
I've ever
heterosexual
seen.
show. 99 cents from Jeep ZJ 101. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Kale says, Aaron, you think it's a good idea to heckle Sam Tripoli or Bert or Dane Cook? Such a tough choice. They're all at the Comedy Store tonight. I don't hate Dane Cook the way other people do. He's whatever.
Whoa.
He's got his era.
I thought you did hate him.
As an actor, I think he's fucking terrible. But as a comedian,
is.
look, he sold out a shitload of stuff and he was very successful. You can't
Interesting.
deny Dane Cook. He's not my cup of tea.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But like
now.
you gotta respect Dane Cook's place in comedy history. Like he was the first big social media comic.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Bert Kreischer, I mean, he just rode Rogan's coattails. Sam Tripoli, don't heckle Sam Tripoli unless you want to fucking die. That guy's a lunatic.
Sam Tripoli was very kind to me, so.
Yeah, and he was very sweet to April when she asked if he would be on the show.
And he said yes. It's just when he's not busy.
BHS says, fun chat. I love the brother-sister food review. It's a sneaky good bit. Like, we didn't even think it was a good bit until like 2 days ago.
Do you think you and your sister could do some good food reviews?
Yeah, I'd fucking kill her and eat her.
That's not how I saw that going.
Oh. Sorry.
I could see that
Did I-
going the other way around.
Oh, yeah, well, she wouldn't kill me first. She just... All right, guys, 155 away from our goal tonight. There you go. Little Streamlabs, little PayPal, little Super Chats. We'll get there quick, and we'll do a half hour of overtime. 30 minutes left in regulation. Let's see if we can get there. We'll pass around the offering plate in about 25 to 30 minutes. Bill Loney with $2 says Cardiff Electric. I already said that.
He's advertising for his buddy.
He's advertising for his buddy. Oh, well, that's totally
Thanks,
fine.
Mr. Loney.
Just don't tip us $5 and say David Duke.
I do want to address something quick. Somebody
sure.
in the chat did ask, is your sister hot?
I mean, temperature-wise, yeah, she's very insulated. She's very warm, I would say. But that's...
Would you say she's a nice lady?
No, not even that. Like, she's not even one with a nice personality. She's very mean and nasty.
Aaron was bullied as a kid.
Guys, I have some very white news for you.
Okay.
Stop cheering. Thank you, Jeep. God, don't worry. God, it was empty. It was empty, but I did spill it right towards the board.
You've had 2 beers.
Not going to the gym, am I?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I think you should.
All right. Thank you very much to Jeep ZJ for the $20 super sticker. Appreciate that. 140 away from tonight's goal. Appreciate that very much. So we are getting there. $5 from Bill Loney. He says, I won't tip $5 to spread the word of Cardiff. No, absolutely. We appreciate it. It's a very funny bit. I enjoy it. As you can see, this is a very laid-back show.
I think this has been a fun one that we all needed today.
Gravy Show says, I'm 2 beer queerin'.
You're 2 beer queerin'? Oh, no.
Rain says, white. Now you're speaking my language.
Would you like something else to drink?
Yeah.
Like what?
There's no more of those, are there?
I don't
think
know
I
about
drank them
that
all.
specifically, but
Is there another beer in there?
I don't know.
If there's not, just get me a nice bourbon on the rocks.
You got a weird look in your eye, babe.
You shake that pretty white ass and I'll watch you leave. Yeah. Saw a puss hanging out. All right, guys. Let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? I've got white news for you. Do. What was Scorch from the Opie and Anthony show? White news. Fucking. Anyway, Kanye. No. The NHL. This is going to be a stupid fucking headline to read, but I'm not kidding. They did this. The NHL conducted their first ever demographic study. Now, fucking why? This shit has got to stop. The only people who are sensitive about race are the people who are least affected by race than anyone. White women. White women, it doesn't matter what race people are. We all find you fucking overbearing and obnoxious. But white women are the only ones that give a shit about race. You talk to most black people, like that Todd Bowles from the Tampa Bay Bucks, when he's like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck if I'm a black coach. We're coaches. It's just like any other coach. Don't objectify us. Now even the NHL is doing a demographic study to learn about its workforce. Guys, I'll skip all the work for you. Pretty much white. There. Remarkably white. Some would even say overwhelmingly white. The NHL's first internal demographic study found its workforce to be, get ready to shit your pants, overwhelmingly white. Kim Davis, NHL EVP, meaning CM Punk fights with her, of social impact, growth, and legislative affairs, says seeing the numbers is a first step toward fixing the problem. Could you fucking imagine? I'm going to go on a little rant here. Triple N says 13% of the players are responsible for 60% of the penalties. Could you imagine? So the demographics in the NHL are overwhelmingly white, is what they said.
Obviously.
And the EVP in charge of the NHL said, we're going to work to solve that problem. Could you imagine if in the NBA we found out that it was mostly black and the commissioner said, hey, but don't worry, we got a lot of black people in the NBA, but we're working really hard to solve that problem.
We'd all be killed. Really.
It's not a fucking problem.
We've talked about this before, I think with either hockey or golf. They said the same thing, like, oh, you're just underrepresented or whatever they said.
No, black people don't want to play hockey as much as white people do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Stop trying to make everything the fucking census, all right? It's not necessary. White people like playing golf more than black people. Guess what? That's okay. Quit forcing black people to do shit they don't want to do.
That does seem mean.
Yeah. Let's go and listen to this woman. I never say that, by the way.
I brought you options.
I see apple pie Guinness. Oh, my God. Guinness.
That's a nitro.
That's a nitro cold brew coffee. No, thank you. And a bourbon. This is
and ice.
Basil Hayden.
I don't know. It's whatever you poured in
Now,
there.
does this need to be mixed with the clear shit?
I can if you want it stronger than that.
But this is boozy as it is.
I think I'm pretty sure there's booze in that. It's moonshine.
We shall see.
We are where we expected to be, but now we have the facts to back it up. I think the one area that we are feeling positive about is that 38% of our workforce are women.
Why does that fucking matter? Like, why does that in and of itself matter? That 38% of your workforce are women. What if that 38% sucks shit? Who cares if they're female or not?
Well, the way I always look at it actually is like, why do you want to encourage somebody to go into the workforce that they might not have, like somebody who might not have wanted to be in that type of field?
But fuck it, let's say they
Like
did.
lack of interest?
Let's assume that they wanted to work in the NHL and they're there and it's their dream job. What about them being a woman makes it inherently better than if that job was taken by a man? There is nothing in the existence of a woman or the existence of a man that inherently says they're going to do a better job as an NHL employee.
I couldn't tell
Nothing.
you. Nope.
It's just this diversity for the sake of diversity. And I hate to sound like one of those guys, but it's killing us because we're not hiring based on merit. If you hire based on merit and 70% of your staff is black, I'm cool with it as long as they're doing the best job.
Yes, you always want the most qualified people in
But
there.
I'm sorry, there are going to be some things in this world where the thing is going to run smoother and it's going to be 90% white guys. It's just going to happen. The law of averages, just like there's going to be some things where it's going to be a majority Latinos. And if you tried to balance that out, you'd fuck it up. It wouldn't be as good. Black, whatever, women, doesn't matter. Stop trying to force it and just hire based on who's going to make you the most money.
We've done a lot of work to improve in that area.
How castrated are these guys?
And it's very consistent with our current female fan base of 40%, and so that's a great...
Wait, whoa.
Ooh.
I got to call bullshit on that
I-
number.
I agree. Bullshit.
The hockey, did she just say the NHL fan base is 40% women?
Yep, that's what she said.
Let me, to rip off Bill Maher, what ass did you pull that out of?
Hers. Definitely hers.
No, that's such a big lie. It could only come from Lizzo's ass.
Ooh.
40% of hockey fans are women?
If that happens to be true, like if we polled the masses and that was true, it would have to be their fans because their man is a fan and that
Right.
they've got to watch it with them.
Jesus.
great benchmark. Having said that, we know we have work to do with women of color, and we're leaning into that.
Black people don't give a shit about hockey. It's okay. Stop guilting them into liking it.
That is okay. Yeah, like you said, because this way it's just kind of like you're treating everyone as if they're stupid.
Right. Hey, we need you to like hockey. Why? We need to pump up our black numbers. Oh, so I'm just a skin color to you. That's what Todd Bowles was talking about.
Exactly it.
He's like, don't boil me down to a fucking skin color. It's bullshit.
I think the thing that you should take away from the workforce
Is that you guys are incredibly biased and bigoted, and that the fact that you think about these things in terms of women, black, white, this and that, means you're kind of a little hyper obsessed with race and gender? Just throwing that out there. Instead of running a fucking business?
study is that it is a progressive outlook on how you begin to manage your talent. And it
But that's just the key word, lady. Talent. Not white talent, not black talent, not male talent, not female talent. Talent. That's it. There's no race or gender in that. It's just talent. They're terrified to go based on merit because they'll find out the numbers will be out of whack because they always are. They just will be.
That's crazy talk, though, because there's plenty of black people that are super qualified for other shit.
Right.
You know, it just, that's how the universe evens itself out if you just let it be.
Dude, we treat minorities like such children in this country, and it's gross. I feel bad for them.
It is. It's gross.
You know, because
yeah.
they get talked about and talked to like they're either poodles or kids. And it's like, God, this is fucking gross.
I liked how the Bucks coach put
Todd
it the
Bowles.
other night. Todd Bowles. He did a good job.
Is progressive in that it's a self-identified report. So of our 4,200, approximately 4,200 employees across the league and the club, 67% of our employees participated in it, and this is how they self-identified.
And the other 33% went, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be part of this because I know exactly how it's going to go.
Why are we doing studies like that?
Because they hired somebody and that person had to justify their job, so they went and did this.
It's too
That's
bad.
exactly probably what it was. Shut the F up, Karen, with a $20 super chat, says beer replacement money.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Shut the
Thanks.
F up, Karen.
Aaron drank and spilt all of ours.
I drank and spilled all of the beer. We got about 15, 20 minutes until the offering plate segment, and we are only 120 away from our goal tonight, so we are making great headway. If you feel like chipping in, please do. You see in the chat, there's the Streamlabs link and the PayPal link. And overtime tonight is Opie and Brendan Schaub. And I'm going to say I'm starting with Brendan because this Mr. Rogers thing is too fucking funny.
I would rather start with Brendan.
Yeah, we'll start with Brendan. But we got to hit that goal first. 120 away. If you want to click on Streamlabs or PayPal, you can do that. Otherwise, you can do the Super Chat membership thing. Either way is cool. If you're wondering, hey, what is there like a number? Like if I want to support Steel Tour, are you going to yell at me? And first of all, we're never going to yell at you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with other people. That's cool. We just want to grow. But as far as hitting the goal, we always say, if you like the show, give it a month or two. If you love the show, $5-10 a month. Everybody does that. There's no goal anymore. We're good. So $5-10 a month. You do that. Don't feel guilty. That's more than enough. Rain says, please yell. No, absolutely not. John says, bring back the school bully heads needs stuck down the toilet and flushed. That sounds like you're also hanging on to some anger, too. If I donate, will you yell at me? Because that is scary. Look, if you want to be yelled at, I can absolutely do that for you. If it's like a thing you have. I'm here to service the customers.
That's true. It is what they want.
That's me. Bill says, how much to bash Opie? Well, I mean, if we knock out our goal, we're going to bash Opie. That's the way it's going to go tonight. Alcoholic Ape says Corey would yell at me. I hope Corey doesn't yell at people. I hope that's not the case. Did you see the Meghan Markle thing? Boy, this chick is a fucking walking cry for attention, isn't she?
I did see this.
Meghan Markle was, by the way, I did not know she was one of the Deal or No Deal chicks.
I didn't either until this happened.
I didn't know that
I think I showed you this at the doctor yesterday. That's the first time we knew about any of this.
I didn't know that the Ginger Prince's wife was, God, I am just a spilly man tonight.
God.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's going to be sticky.
Yeah, this is going to be sticky on my hands. There we go. Is that a lot?
Fuck.
Was that a lot of apple pie?
Aaron just poured a lot of pie in that that glass.
Whoopsie daisy, I'm going to have a little apple beverage. And, yikes. That'll be fun. Thank you very much, Flex, for the 316 over there on PayPal. Goddamn, son, I appreciate the 316. So, Meghan Markle was one of the suitcase holders on Deal or No Deal. And she now came out today because apparently nobody's talked about her for like a week. And she hasn't gotten any fucking attention. I mean, if people don't see through this chick the way Piers Morgan did or the way her own family does, because her own family can't fucking stand her. This woman is such a basic bitch, high school drama kid, cry for attention. I don't know how there's even a debate about her.
Probably mad that the queen stole all her attention because she died.
Like, I don't even know how there's this side or that side on Meghan Markle. I mean, to me, it is so obvious this person is a shitbag, a total heel. And I guess there's still some kind of debate.
I guess it's because she's hot, right?
But is she?
A lot of people think she's plenty hot.
I think she's not an ugly woman. I won't say that, but like she's very take it or leave it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think about her, but I think that's kind of why you find some people that like her.
I'll take a Kate Middleton over a Meghan Markle. All right, fine. Pippa. Yeah. Chippa.
Okay.
There you go.
Home run, Jefferson. Go to break.
All right, so Meghan Markle, out of fucking nowhere, apropos of nothing, just started talking about how the Deal or No Deal job was not necessarily about brains.
Oh, boy.
What? You mean you being a Rhodes Scholar had nothing to do with you getting the gig where you wear a titty dress and open a suitcase for Howie Mandel? The only reason any of you were needed on that show is because Howie Mandel won't touch things because he's a germaphobe.
And he chose only hot women to open said suitcases.
Because people watching on TV didn't want to watch a bunch of fat uggos open suitcases. I was thankful for the job, but not for how it made me feel, which was not smart.
Ooh.
Well, then you should have applied for a job on Nightline, bitch.
Jeopardy at minimum.
60
Start at
minutes.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, anything that's not that. Like, did you not understand what you signed up for? Because
Right.
that job literally is just to be a hot girl in a tiny dress with your tits out opening the suitcase.
Exactly. When they told you what the job was and you took it, did you think that they were gonna, like, she was like, once they get a load of me, they'll let me do like essays and shit on Deal or No Deal. Like when the bankers are negotiating, they'll have me read Shakespeare.
I'm gonna be the banker.
Oh, so she says that it didn't make her feel very smart. Oh man, I tell you.
I feel dumber every time I listen to her.
Every time she talks.
Yesterday, the headline that I showed you was that it made her feel like a bimbo. She used the word bimbo.
Well, I'm sorry.
Like,
it was a job for bimbos.
And then, don't you know that prior, though? I don't know how long she'd been on the show, but I'd say the first day you show up for work and they give you the outfit. Isn't that kind of...
You kind of know.
Set in stone?
Yeah. Thank you, Bill Loney, for another $5. Says, let's bash Opie. All right, let's go on a run then. We're 1:15 away from our goal. Let's knock it out. 10 minutes until we play the music and pass around the offering plate after our 10 minutes. Or after our 2 hours of show. There's the links in the chat if you would like to throw in. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs. If you want to do that, 1:15 away. We're pretty close. Let's do some Opie and Brendan in overtime. So Meghan Markle said, I had also studied international relations in college. Well, sounds like a degree that gets you on Deal or No Deal opening suitcases.
For her, that's actually just when she fucks somebody from a new college. Right. I mean, new country. Jesus.
I fucked an Indian student while I was at Penn State. That was in international relations.
See?
That actually worked.
That's how she met Harry.
It's how she landed her job, which is Prince's wife.
Okay.
And there were times where I was on set at Deal or No Deal and thinking back to my time working as an intern at the U.S. Embassy in Argentina in Buenos Aires and being in the motorcade with the security of the, I think she means Secretary of the Treasury at the time, and being valued superficially for my brain. Here I was being valued for something quite the opposite. I will ask for the 19th time when you do this shit, how much fucking attention do you need? How much? Tell me how much attention will be enough attention, Meghan, really.
She signed up for a fun little gig and she's complaining now.
I know.
That's the only thing I don't get.
I thought back to when I was interning in Buenos Aires, Argentina as an intern for the Secretary of the Treasury. And I just, when I got the job opening the suitcases, I just thought it would be more intellectually fulfilling.
Well, how about you just be thankful you can do it all? You've been smart. Now let's be hot and not work hard. Who cares?
She is.
Like, you've gotten your way there somehow. You married Harry, so, I mean, you're doing fine.
You brainwashed him well enough.
Yeah.
It really is just like she hasn't had any kind of press in the last 2 months. So now she fucking, she needs attention every once in a while. She just blurts out some stupid shit. Thank you very much to Cerberus with a $20 super chat. Says, turns out I may be moving back to Minnesota in the next few months. I don't know how to feel about it. I like Arkansas. Well, you couldn't have picked a worse time to move back.
Yeah, I don't know if I would, buddy, but thanks for the super chat.
Thank you very much. We're only one hundo away from the goal tonight. If you want to chip in, we got about 10 minutes before we fire up the music and throw around the plate. 100 is not very much. Everybody chip in a tiny bit, and we'll do some overtime tonight. I am also getting quite drunk, so this should be a lot of fun.
That shit's really good over ice, and you got a lot.
Certainly do.
The best thing I did once is I actually froze one of these, and then it was like an apple slushie, and it was evil. That whole thing went down. Then
That
it was
sounds
bedtime.
fun. Unirach says, did you see DSP got 300 gifted memberships today? Hot shit. 3,000 viewers and only
Wow.
100 likes. Complained about likes, and it jumped up to 5,000 viewers and 2,700 likes. Viewers then went down to 300 as soon as he started gaming. That is weird.
That is strange.
That's got to
I
be
guess.
like a buy-in likes kind of thing.
Maybe. I don't know how else that happens. I'd like to get him on here too, just for shits and
DSP,
giggles.
oh, I'd love to talk to him, see if I can get a little self-awareness out of him.
I don't think
know.
he would talk to us. Does he talk to anyone? Any other shows?
No,
I don't think so.
Unirach theorizes it had to be botting. It had to. You can't go from 300 to 5,000 just like that. That's bots.
Yeah.
I mean, throw me some bots. I'll take it.
Aaron,
What?
we don't promote bots.
Is that
here.
bad? Yeah, no bots. Bots
YouTube,
are bad.
We're not asking for bots.
I'm
we
joking.
don't promote bots.
I am a piece of
The
shit.
man does not know what he says.
I've been spilling beer on my board.
He's also not drunk on the stream here. That
Nope.
is apple juice.
I am just high on heroin. That is it. Everything else is a work. If it ain't H.
He usually covers up his track marks. You can see him now.
If it ain't black tar heroin, it ain't real. All right. So anyway, where was I? Meghan Markle? Man, fuck Meghan Markle. All right, guys, $100 away, a few minutes away from opening up the old offering plate. Let's do one more thing I want to do before we get to offering plate and Brendan Shaw, because we're 100 away. I'm pretty sure we're going to nail it. I want to play this campaign ad.
Okay.
This is so fucking funny, and it's not supposed to be. You know how we played that Republican ad for that Michigan gubernatorial candidate where the guy, the bikers, and you have the...
Graham died alone.
Remember that ad?
Mm-hmm.
So a Democrat made an ad, and it is so goddamn... I watched it the first time, and I laughed my fucking balls off. It's supposed to be serious, and it is so cringe that you have to laugh or your spine's going to crack. Eric Swalwell is that Democratic congressman who fucked the Chinese spy.
Yeah.
He made an ad. Now, I don't know why Democrats are so tone deaf if they don't drive by gas stations or they don't watch the news. I don't know what it is. But, like, inflation is crazy. People can't afford shit. They're using credit cards at the grocery store, running up debt. Gas is super expensive. And Democrats are obsessed with abortion when really nobody gives a shit about abortion.
That seems like it should be the least of our worries.
Everybody has already moved on from that decision, and they've adjusted their lives the way they need
We've
to.
aborted all the babies.
Aborted them all. They're all dead. So Eric Swalwell made this ad, and you guys, I got to big screen this and get the fuck out of the way
This kid looks cute.
because this is too goddamn funny.
You're weird.
He is weird, but cute.
Ew.
Gross.
What do you notice? What do you notice now?
It's an all-white family.
No, what did you just notice when they showed that little girl?
There's lights behind
What
her?
kind of lights are those?
Gross.
Cop lights.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Why the fuck would the cops be there? Just wondering.
Because this family's not diverse enough. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one. I could actually see that being an ad. Watch.
know.
I'm not fucking shitting you on this.
Mary Anderson,
Yes.
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Penal Code 243 violation. Unlawful termination of a pregnancy.
This shit has gone too far.
They're taking her to jail for having an abortion.
Wow.
He's a representative in California. Abortion's going to be legal there until
Till-
God smites us off the planet.
We're all gone? Yeah.
So the cops are there to arrest her for abortion, and I would love to tell you that that's the most ridiculous part of this ad.
It's not.
Oh,
It
no.
gets worse than that.
This gets downright...
Do they lock her other kids up in CPS for her
Bro,
doing that?
this gets downright George Floydian almost.
There's knees?
You gotta be kidding me.
That is my personal business.
That's for the courts to decide, ma'am. Your medical records have been subpoenaed, and Dr. Landry's already in custody.
They arrested her doctor.
No, my God, you can't just.
You will have to submit to a physical examination.
By the way, this happens nowhere. He's making this up.
I couldn't dream this up. There's no way.
By who?
No one's touching her.
Jesus Christ, there's kids in that house.
Pointed guns at the guy and his kids.
This is awful. This should not be okay.
But the problem is we live in such a divided country where I guarantee there's liberal people in California watching this ad and going, oh my God, that could really happen.
Oh, there's absolutely people that believe this.
Jesus Christ.
Man, turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Why is this happening?
Now the kids have to find out mom aborted their sibling.
Yeah, right. That's the other fucked up part about
Right?
this ad. You've got 2 kids that you let be born.
She probably didn't need more than 2. She's like, oh, that was an accident.
We're just
Scrap that
enforcing the
one.
law here.
We're just enforcing the law.
Elections have consequences.
Fuck.
Vote Democrat on November 8th.
If you don't, Republicans will arrest you for having an abortion.
This is
Stop
sick.
Republicans from criminalizing abortion everywhere. Protect women's rights and freedom.
Oh, wait.
Please don't do this.
Now basically the whole world doesn't know you got an abortion because you got arrested.
Right. Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's good.
You know what's funny? He's doing this as like this what if this really happened,
Don't let it get out of control, man.
I got bad news for you, Democrats. This is something they've actually done, only they've done it to Republicans for being at the Capitol on January 6th. They've come to their home, they've arrested them, they've done all that. So, oh, is that ad fucking
Guess I
great?
will continue to get my abortions on the down low.
Yes, absolutely. Coat hangers only.
Never give my doctor's name away.
Thank you very much to Dave Sarah with the $25 super chat. Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
buddy. We are only $80 away from our goal tonight. Well, I tell you what, guys, that means it's time. There's about 4 minutes left in tonight's program.
That chat went crazy.
We are, well, there's another $2 from Bill Loney. That's got to be good enough to knock another 5 off. There you
Thank
go.
you.
He's thrown in a few 2s this evening. You've thrown in a lot, Bill. I'm glad you're enjoying our little program we do.
Hell yeah.
Fucking ad is too much, man. I'm glad you guys liked that. So we're $75 away from our goal tonight. If we hit that goal, we do an extra 30 minutes of overtime. Let's fire up the music and let's see if we can knock out this goal, guys. Here we go. 4 minutes left in the show. I'm going to put this up. By the way, Captain Charisma, you had some very funny comments on our videos today. I was moderating them, and they were awesome. I loved them. You liked my Ollie G impression. That meant a lot. I didn't know if it was any good. There's the link to PayPal and Streamlabs right there in the chat. If you want to contribute, that's a great way to do it. Otherwise, super chats, memberships, whatever you'd like to do. If you want to become a VIP, now the regulars know what the VIP program is. We'll explain it to the rest of you a little bit tomorrow morning. We don't have time at the moment. But $75 away from our goal. And 3 minutes left in tonight's program unless we hit that goal, in which case we go to 30 minutes of overtime. $20 from Farfik Nugan, of which we take about 15.
Thank you.
$60 away from our goal. Now 55 away from our goal. As Jay Santos throws in $4.99. So we are very close now, only 55 away. Oh my God.
Show some tits. They want the tits.
Well, you don't give it away for free.
Can you do that on YouTube? I think that's fine, right?
$25 from Matthew over on PayPal. That puts us at $30.
Thanks, guys.
Away from tonight's goal. So we're just about there. Very, very close. And a couple of minutes left. Oh, my God.
Oh, my
John
God.
Tard's Dark Brandon shirt says, good thing I liked yas. Wow, that is far too generous, sir.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much. Guys, that's
Thank
it.
you.
Kill it. We hit the goal, and we're over by quite a bit. What the fuck
Holy,
is that?
I don't know. That
That's,
got spicy
$70.
quick. Thank
so
you.
that's 40 over. So we're 110 over for tomorrow morning. Could you hand me that, please? I got to write this down.
Oh, did I take?
Make sure that I get this shit right. Wow, that is remarkable. Thank you, John Tard's Dark Brandon shirt. That is
very nice.
A
Generous.
very sweet gesture. Holy shit, remarkably generous, man.
Whew.
We're going to do overtime, and we are starting with Brendan Motherfucking Schaub. I am drunk.
He needs to be cut off.
I have the
I
drunk.
can't wait to hear all about your gym journey.
I have the sweats right
Ew,
now.
really?
I am. Oh, yeah. I should go to the gym and sweat this stuff out before bed.
Definitely drive there all by yourself.
Oh, shit. You're going to have to drive me,
What if I wasn't going?
I don't know. It's fucked up that you got to be driven to the gym to go work out drunk.
I think you should just sit at home and do drunk yoga.
Oh, that's an option, too. I could do some DDPY. Thank you, Jeep ZJ, and thank you, Bill Loney, for the $2. He says, okay, smash Opie. I tell you what.
Thank you.
If we're going to smash Opie, I got to get on this Brendan Schaub thing. Are you guys ready for the... God, I'm slurring.
What is wrong with you?
I am a fucking hot mess over here.
What have you even had? Like
It's going to be a white boy winter.
2 beers and a little apple pie?
A little apple pie. I think we saw how much I put in that apple pie jar. Sorry, I'm really having a hard time. Okay.
He's going to end up puking again tonight.
Look, I'm going to be clipping this out, so I can't be all fucked up and goofy.
Do you have the morning show prepped already?
Yes.
Okay, we're good then.
Good there. Citizen M says, Aaron, please call into Chrissy Mayer tomorrow morning. I will be nice, no bull. We'll see.
Are you doing that live?
Yeah, we're going to do that live. How much did you drink? I think it's a work. No, I'm just a really bad lightweight. If you've been listening to this show for any modicum of time, I can't drink. I'm not good at it.
It would be funny if this was just apple juice with cinnamon.
I enjoy drinking. I'm not good at it.
He's kind of turning into a drunk lately.
Tiny bit.
Never used to even, I'd ask him, oh, hey, would you have a beer with me on the evening show? No. No beers on the evening show.
Nope. Now I'm just a fat cunt. Jeep ZJ with $20 super chat says, you drunk slopopotamus. That's like your kid calling you drunk. You're like, when you put it that way, you make a good point. I should be ashamed.
Slopopotamus.
You really should.
Thank you, buddy.
All right,
Do you want me to write that down at all? Or
No, I'll remember it. I'm like a vault, baby, locked down. It's from Hitch. All right. Sober up, baby. We got to talk about Brendan Schaub. Guys.
Would you like a cookie?
Oh, yes, I would love Where'd you put the fucking cookies, you bitch? I could use
Take it back. Say please.
Please, bitch, give me a cookie.
That's better.
Thank you. All right, you're slow on the fucking open here. All right. If we're going to do... that's too big a one. Give me that back.
No! Gotta get that attitude in check. Oh, yeah, you eat that cookie. Oh, he's so happy. Look at that cute little face.
I got that chocolate chip'll make you break your neck. Woo-ha, woo-ha, I got the cookies in check. When I take a big bite, I don't disrespect. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Sorry. All right.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
I don't want to bite.
It stayed soft. Take a bite of my cookie.
I underbake mine just barely so that they do stay soft.
All right, bitches, let's talk about Brendan. So, Brendan, I don't know if you know this or not, but Brendan's like an amateur biographer. Mm-hmm. Some people, you have those friends who they're just a vault of useless knowledge. Thank you. And they just know shit and they can pull it up at a moment's notice. Well, Brendan's like that if that person was also always wrong about everything. Brendan decided that he was going to school his staff, which includes such Rhodes Scholars as big gay lion himself, Mark Harley.
No.
And he was going to school them about everybody's favorite babysitter on TV, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, known as a kind man, one of the sweetest human beings who ever lived. Mm-hmm. Brendan Schaub decided that he would, without double-checking even a Wikipedia page, Brendan decided he would besmirch the good nature and decency of Mr. fucking Rogers. Now, look, you can mispronounce Conor McGregor until the cows come home. You can say words like zorbed instead of absorbed. You can wog a bunch of bitches to the trug.
You can be masking.
You can be masking as fuck, bro.
In your cardigan.
But you do not dare crack whip at the one and only Fred Rogers.
Leave him alone.
It is not to be done. Watch what this piece of pig shit does.
Uh-oh.
It is a glorious morning. Shout to Jesus Christ. What is happening? Yep, I'm dressed like Mr. Rogers today, like a hype beast Mr. Rogers. Did Mr. Rogers drink on the show? He sure did. It was just off air. He was hammered 90% of the time. You think he enjoyed his life chatting about snotty-nosed kids?
Chatham-bout? How do you spell that? How do you spell Chatham-bout? Chatumbout.
Chatham-bout. I gather Chattmbout.
Chatham-bout.
And you got, there's an apostrophe after the M.
Okay, so he could be, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He could be kidding about Mr. Rogers drinking a lot on his show. That's fair.
Sure.
But he did say the word Chatham-bout.
Chatham-bout. I'd like to see him
have him sit on his lap and shit in that beat down basement. You know, he was a sniper in the military, like one of the most decorated snipers.
What?
Dude was a savage. Yeah, dude. You didn't know that either, huh, Mark? Murder. Yeah, beast. Rogers, the host.
He so far has said that Mr. Rogers was one of the greatest snipers in history and was a murderer. Said this
not okay.
about Fred Rogers.
Maybe a murderer of pussy.
He's gonna be.
That is it.
He was gonna be chatting about Mr. Rogers, and he said that he was a murderer and one of the greatest snipers ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Brendan Schaub has officially confused Mr. Rogers with Chris Kyle.
There's a slight chance.
Yes, or Mark Wahlberg in Shooter. One of
That's
the two.
probably the likely chance.
You know what happened? Brendan Schaub always falls asleep to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but then his Netflix kept cycling through, and it automatically went to Shooter, and he woke up, and Shooter was on, and he got confused, and he thought Mr. Rogers was Marky Mark in Shooter.
He thought it was the same thing.
I love that part where Mr. Rogers goes, "I'm out, old man. I'm just a peckerwood who lives up in the hills with too many guns." I thought that was great, B. That's what I'm chatting about.
I loved Mr. Rogers in the movie The Fighter, B.
All right, so here's Brendan Schaub talking shit about Mr. Rogers and then fact-checking himself in real time. I love this. This might be better than the Eric Swalwell ad.
Of internationally acclaimed TV show for children, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood served as a Navy.
Can we do me a favor? Can we hire someone to read for Brendan?
What is this like lazy lion person doing? Why can't he read for him?
Big Gay Lion?
Yeah. Does he not know how to read? You
Uh,
can't help out your host?
If you've ever seen Big Gay Lion, there is no guarantee that that man knows how to read.
It's just hair.
Yeah.
Murder. Yeah, beast. Rogers, the host of internationally acclaimed TV show for children, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, served as a Navy SEAL.
So Brendan thinks he's hot shit now. He's like, I told you, motherfuckers.
See?
I told you.
Marine Scout sniper during the Vietnam War. Ever heard of it? With a large number of confirmed kills.
Brendan, read the whole thing. Read the whole thing, Brendan, because right after that it says, we have to state it is false. See, guys, Mr. Rogers never even served in the military.
This is like believing your favorite actor like actually did the things he did in his movies.
Bro, I remember when we were kids in school and people would say, yeah, Mr. Rogers wore those cardigans to cover up his tats. But by the time we were 10, we realized that was bullshit. That's a crazy thing to say.
Absolutely.
Brendan carried that with him to his 40s, not realizing that the 9-year-olds who talked about it were full of shit. Brendan is a special breed of stupid.
He is the guy who never read like the fine print at the end saying, we got you.
Yo, B, did you know that if you sail too far into the Pacific, you'll fall off the edge into the mouth of sea dragons? Yo, bro. You had a new baby? Oh, that's crazy. Did you see the stork who brought it, B?
The stork.
That's fucking crazy, man. Do you know alligators are so angry because they got all those teeth and no toothbrush, B?
Brendan's got to be a flat earther, right?
He might. No.
He's got to believe you can fall off the edge.
If he were a flat earther, it would eliminate all the other flat earthers because they're like, no, we don't believe any stupid shit this guy believes.
We can't claim him as one of us.
You have to state is false. Mr. Rogers never served. Maybe that's like an urban legend then.
Nah, dude.
He's staring right at it and he's going, nah, man.
He's doubling down?
I know that the internet fact-checking this around the clock is nowhere near matching the intelligence of me, CTE victim, Brendan Schaub.
Do I have to sit here and feel a little sorry for Brendan that he probably hung on to Mr. Rogers as a total badass his whole life, and now he's having it ruined for him.
It might be. He's going to go home and throw away every shirt he has like this, which, by the way, not a bad idea.
Every cardigan's in the garbage.
Gone. It's just going to have shirts that say thick boy on them.
That's real. Mr. Rogers was not a Navy SEAL or Scout Marine sniper. This is a great urban legend, 21st century. The rumors that Mr. Rogers, the host of
Brendan, you just read it. What do you think? You're going to read more of it, and they're going to go, nah, just fucking with you, B. He totally was a badass.
In fairness, if they say, we got you once, they might say it twice.
Oh, Brendan.
Internationally acclaimed TV show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, served as a Navy SEAL, Marine Scout, sniper during the Vietnam era with a large number of confirmed kills. We have to state it's false. Mr. Rogers never served in the military. After another rumor, Mr. Rogers always wore long sleeve clothes to conceal tattoos of all his kills. Yeah, dude, he had like a skull.
No, Brendan, keep reading.
No.
Brendan, no.
Oh, this is hard.
Brendan, keep reading the thing.
It's already said it twice that it was false.
Brendan is leaning into the fact-checking article, but he hasn't read the last part. Oh,
he's just kind of a big dumb ape, isn't he?
He just is a big dumb hunk of dog shit.
Poor guy.
Brendan,
his brain's all mush.
You're literally reading a website called bullshitaboutmrrogers.com, and you're reading the setup and going, see, told you.
He's about to go to another website, like everything you believed about Mr. Rogers was a total fucking lie.com, and he still won't believe it.
Brendan Schaub actually believes about 5 or 6 years ago, the Falcons actually won the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Well,
he only watched the first 3 quarters.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
After another rumor, Mr. Rogers always wore long sleeve clothes to conceal tattoos of all his kills. Yeah, dude, he had like a skull. He had like, the hardcore. Dude, this thing's full of shit.
He just did the no.
Listen to me. To the people who are going to watch this who like Brendan, first of all, I don't know what the fuck your problem is. You got to call your dad, call your mom, reconnect with your family, something. I honestly, I would take you liking Crowder or Jordan Peterson. It would be an improvement over this. But to all the people who love him and are just going to call me a hater and all this other shit, listen, guys, I have no malice or hate in my heart for Brendan Schaub. None whatsoever. Quite the opposite. I love Brendan. But unlike you, I love Brendan for what he is. Those of you who are fans of him, you love him for comedy. You love him for chat about things. You love him for his podcasting abilities. No, motherfucker, he's got none of that shit. Love Brendan for what he is, a big, giant, dipshit, dumb, brain-damaged ape. I love him for that, and unlike you, I don't want him to change.
He is kind of lovable this way.
Brendan, you are fine just the way you are, you big, dumb, double-digit IQ dipshit. Don't ever change. Stay the way you are. And yes, the entire internet is lying about Mr. Rogers. You're the one who's uncovered it, buddy.
He knows the real Mr. Rogers.
You know him better than anybody.
You watch him have his body exhumed just to check for the tattoos.
Bullshit, B. And then when he finds out there are no tattoos, he'll be like, yo, I just wanted to dance with him, B.
One more time.
Yeah.
This is NavySeals.com.
The fact. This is NavySeals.com. Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe someone hacked their page.
He's dribbling down.
He's the man. He's the man.
Did he just say somebody hacked the Navy SEALs page?
Somebody you heard it. You heard it right. Somebody hacked the Navy SEALs page, but not to like change shit about the Navy SEALs, just to lie about Mr. Rogers. They wanted to whitewash Mr. Rogers' service.
I'm a weird level of impressed right now.
He is. You know what it is? Brendan Schaub, this is the perfect way to put it. He's relentlessly stupid.
Yeah, he doesn't give up. You have to give him that much.
Relentlessly. He's the Rocky Balboa of dumb. He just keeps bulling forward and he doesn't stop and just bam, 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 getting hit with a fucking toolbox upside the head of intelligence. And he goes, nope, intelligence doesn't live here. And just tard rages all over the place.
I don't think we got him out of fighting soon enough.
I think we should have left him in there for 1 or 2 and let him bake. Yeah.
One more.
Jason says, I love him because he's dumb and it's funny. He thinks he's smart and funny. Exactly. Farfik Nugan says, Brendan Shaw believes that 2 years ago, Thanos snapped everyone out of existence.
And he made it somehow.
And he somehow made it. Yo, B, because I can't wait for that episode of Fighter and the Kid where he goes, yo, B, and it's just crazy because, you got to think we're lucky because, we're the ones that made it. And Brian goes, what are you talking about, made it? The snap, B. What snap? When that big purple guy, he snapped his fingers? Brendan, that was a movie. Nah, B, go look it up on Google.
He's going to say something like, yo, B, can you still imagine if the other half were still here? How crowded things would be?
Right. Bill Loney with $2 says Cardiff Electric on YouTube. There's another plug right there. There you go, buddy.
Thanks, baloney.
Oh, people, Balls Deep says, yeah, it's just like that dude from Wakanda. Yeah, don't tell him it's a movie. Rain says Schwab still believes in the Tooth Fairy and that it's Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, B is Mr. Steve Rogers. He's Captain America. No, different Mr. Rogers, Brendan. Different Mr. Rogers.
He actually never goes to any islands because he's afraid that Jurassic Park is real.
Yeah, he's like, B, don't go to that island, B. There's going to be dinosaurs on there. They haven't killed them all yet.
You're going to die, B.
B, we got to bring Chris Pratt with us. Veldrain says, Aaron, he tried to buy stuff he saw on the Onion News, but they were always out of stock.
Oh. Do you remember when you were younger and you fell for that maybe one time, and after that you never did again? He absolutely does it every time.
He keeps reading. He's like, God, how do they come up with this shit? This is crazy. His IQ is lower than his body temp, says Brian. Triple N says, Brendan drunk is so much better because he's so much more confident in his stupidity. Right. You don't ever want him to change.
I kind of want to start watching that show, but not for the reasons he'd like.
Right. Shab thinks Antarctica is an ice wall keeping the oceans from spilling into space. CBJ. Oh, yeah. Jeep ZJ says he called the movie Tropic Thunder Hot Topic.
Hot Topic? Did he really?
He did call it Hot Topic.
Jesus Christ, man.
He did.
That's where he buys all his cardigans.
Nate says, I'm back. April seems to be in a much better mood. Nice job, everyone.
Damn, he must have missed that whole show. Yeah. I feel like I've been fine pretty much the whole time.
Great mood. That's what he's saying. He came back and you're in a fine mood. Well,
best part of my day is the show.
There's one person who couldn't let Brendan's little slip up go, and that's the one and only Helwani, Ariel Helwani. Longtime
baby Jesus.
Longtime nemesis and guy who kicks the living shit out of Brendan on a daily basis, Ariel Helwani. I bring you guys this.
Mr. Rogers drink on the show? He sure did. It was just off air. He was hammered 90% of the time. He enjoyed his life, chatting about snotty-nosed kids and having him sit on his lap and shit. And that.
By the way, yes, if you know anything about Mr. Rogers, he fucking loved that to such an innocent degree. You're surprised he wasn't a pedophile.
I always wanted to sit on his lap.
Yeah, but your way was...
Mostly as an adult.
Yeah, not as innocent as he wanted you to. Like, kids wanted to fuck Mr. Rogers, and he was the one going, no, get away from me. That's fucking gross. That's pedophilia. That's the most disgusting thing a human can do.
I'll be your neighbor.
Beat down basement. You know he was a sniper in the military, like one of the most decorated snipers.
What?
Dude was a savage. Yeah, dude. You didn't know that either, huh, Mart? Murder. Yeah, beast.
Mart. Did you hear that? He said Mart, by the way.
Not only did he call Big Gay Lion Mart, but also... This is the first time in Thick Boy history that Mark Harley has indeed not been the dumbest man in the room actively.
It's true.
You didn't know that either, huh, Mark? Murder.
Mart.
Yeah, beast.
Mart.
Wait, did you guys know?
Ready? Now watch this. Here's Ariel Helwani during his
God,
show.
I can't wait.
I can't believe this. I just read this. Did you guys know that Mr. Rogers used to be in the Navy? Tatted up,
Yeah, he
just
was a
like
sniper.
killed guy. I never knew that. That's crazy. Just like a whole other life that we never knew about. Used to drink before the show. He was completely like wasted. It's crazy.
It's all in the movie.
It's in the movie. Never saw the
They had
movie.
to read him his line.
Brendan is now looking for that movie.
Oh, my God. We also have, you know what? The Sean Strickland one we can skip. It's dated.
Oh.
And I don't want to wreck how fucking great that one was. God, was that fantastic.
It's pretty good.
Just such a nut bar.
So what are we going to chat about next?
What are we going to chat about next? I would like to show you where he called Tropic Thunder Hot Topic, but I can't remember which one that was.
Just go.
Otherwise, we can do Opie. Brendan Schaub, Tropic Thunder. Oh, no, somebody did a deep fake. Oh, we have to watch this, right?
Yes.
Somebody did a deep fake a year ago as Brendan Schaub as Simple Jack in Tropic Thunder. Fuck yes.
This is incredible.
We're big screening this for you guys. Hold on.
Oh, this is pretty.
On Showtime, give it up for the great and powerful Mr. Brendan Shaw.
I ain't got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
It's too perfect.
This is beautiful. Wow. That guy, I want to thank whoever that was.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Oh, no.
They're saying, yeah, people are saying his speech has improved.
That's true.
In that, yeah, they
he
had
seems
him
very happy, too.
They had him speak better in that clip. God damn. All right, guys, I got a bunch of Opie. We can do, how much time do we have left?
I think 10 minutes.
9:20. You guys have been so fucking generous, though, today. I mean, if we go over, we go over. Who gives a fuck? Let's do a little bit of Opie Radio. This fucking guy, I tell you, this thing about Opie, this guy cannot stop himself. I mean, how many times, we've been checking up on Opie now for what, a solid 3-4 months?
Oh, yeah.
I would say we've been checking up on Opie.
Ever since he turned you down because apparently you slighted him.
Yeah, this is an amazing thing. Yeah, to the new listeners who have never heard this story before, I reached out to Opie and I asked him if he wanted to come on the show. And he was in. He was ready to go.
Yep.
And he goes, he then searched through our entire channel and found a clip where we semi-trashed him. And he said no.
And what was your trashing?
Here's what the trashing was. I was talking about when Pat Dixon punched Gino Bisconte in the face. And I said, I love Anthony. I think he's hilarious, but he's not a boss. He doesn't know how to run a network, so on and so forth. Yes, he's very funny. Yes, he does a great show, but he's not a boss. He doesn't manage these things well. And then I said, Opie may be a complete no talent and not funny at all, but at least he's got a family and kids and he can kind of run that thing and so on and so forth. I said it was...
You meant it as very upbeat, light, and pretty much complimentary.
This means that it surprised Opie that he wasn't funny.
Right.
How can it surprise you that you're not funny? Opie, that can't sneak up on you.
And then... Oh, you know what, though? He did say at that time, he's like, I'm going to have to pass now because it looks like, you slighted me or something. But he did say we'd revisit it in the fall.
I wasn't going to allow that. I took that as such an insult. Like, oh, the king is going to look down. So I just started shitting on him. Fuck him.
He's checked this out before.
So I've got some Opie clips. Opie has said since the time we've been covering him that I'm done with Opie and Anthony. God, it was 8 years ago. It's so sad. Get over it. I'm not exaggerating. 60% of his videos are about Opie and Anthony.
Oh, yeah. And he does not care, though.
60%. So here's Opie. We got a few short clips for you. This is Opie saying he was against some Opie and Anthony bits. But Mr. Man in Charge apparently never spoke up back then.
No.
He's just going to mention it now.
He just let his show fall apart, in his opinion.
Right.
There were bits that were happening in front of my eyes that I absolutely were completely against. So, yeah, but it was my show. So, sure, I take responsibility. Yes. I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not fucking perfect. But because of
you won't. I know like 18 people who will tell you you're not perfect before you will.
He's so aggressive how he talks. I never like that. People that are just like, I'm not fucking perfect.
Who are like just aggressively defensive before anyone says anything to them.
Nobody said that, buddy.
You know what it is? Because he anticipates people shitting on him like that because he's heard it from multiple people. The problem is if you hear something from multiple people, it's probably true.
Well, I feel like he's doing that thing where he thinks that if he says it first and he comes off as tough guy about it, that it can't hurt him.
Let me show you, like, Opie needs to work on self-awareness. He defends himself from shots because he hears it from so many people.
Yeah.
Here's what self-awareness is. Ready? I would not be surprised if people check out this show and find that I am a loudmouth dickhead.
Probably accurate.
Enough people have had that opinion of me over the years that is clearly a conclusion you can draw from watching me. I try not to come off that way. I don't see myself that way, but I can completely understand if someone else does.
Eventually, you'll find it endearing.
Right. I have a comic dickishness.
He has a weird,
boyish optimism dickishness.
You have a weird dickish charm about you.
Thank you,
People
I say,
just
with a
cannot stay
mouth
away.
full of cookie.
Please talk louder
Every
into
show
the
I did, I
mic.
kind of understand this world a little bit more.
Ugh, fuck you.
If you want to know the truth, I hated the pedo humor garbage that the Opie and Anthony show did.
Oh, that's weird because it was really funny. That's probably why you hated it. And it was Jimmy doing a funny character that you had nothing to do with. Opie always hated the bits that Opie had nothing to do with or that he didn't get. It wasn't that Opie's this great judge of humor. It's that Opie's remarkably insecure.
I think that I had just said on a previous evening show that he basically didn't like anything anyone else came up with because he couldn't come up with anything.
And he had to sit there and watch them be funny, and he was so insecure, he was going, oh my God, does this mean I'm not necessary on my own show?
No, let's just sit there and play Candy Crush.
I think it was Jimmy who said, the tragedy of Opie is that he doesn't even understand that he was needed for a certain thing, and he couldn't be comfortable with it.
He didn't apply himself.
And I should have spoke up more.
Ugh, no, you would have ruined the show earlier.
That's on me. There were a lot of things on the Opie and Anthony show that I was against. And it's on me that I didn't speak up or speak up more. That's on me. 100%. And I'll also say that I wasn't perfect.
What?
I did horrific things as part of the Opie and Anthony show. Absolutely.
What?
Oh, you mean the things that made you so famous?
You mean when you stomped out that homeless guy's cake? No, Opie, don't second guess yourself. That was the only time you could ever actually be entertaining.
Absolutely. But a person could evolve and grow and have different ways of looking at things as they get older.
Oh, yeah, Opie. Opie, that's you 100%. Growing, maturing, adapting, understanding. I mean, that's you. That's got you written all over it.
He's wise now.
One piece of maturity and growing that Opie did is he's let go of some crazy-ass conspiracy theories that he has.
Such as?
Just kidding.
I saw a video of Anthony calling into your show after he got fired, and you seemed to get along. Did he do something messed up after that? I'm very behind on all this.
No, you got super fucking, I'll answer that. You got super fucking paranoid, and then you were a dick to do business with, so they didn't finish the deal with you.
You sure are, Blue Apron. The answer would be that I don't know what happened. We were, after not talking for 2 years after he got fired for his racist rant.
Way to stand up for your partner.
I know.
Way to stand up for your partner.
And you know, he probably had no problem with it at all until Kumiya got fired. And then suddenly he had to look like the guy who had a problem with it to save his own ass.
He didn't publicly have a problem with it. Privately, he did not like the Opie race rants. He didn't like it. But he didn't like it even when it was funny because, again, it took attention off of him, but he wasn't good enough to hold people's attention.
We started talking again, and it was going well. And I had a vision that we could somehow keep the brand going, maybe in a different way, not doing a full-time show anymore, but certainly there was enough there to get something going and keeping the brand going. And then out of nowhere, he just started hating on me again.
You know,
doubt that.
People like this are always the ones in the wrong because they oversimplify it like a child. They go, well, he just started hating on me for no reason.
It's a very childish explanation,
Yeah.
like when their friend suddenly doesn't like them, you
Hey.
know, but then you're sitting there as a parent like, well, I'm sure something happened. What happened?
But hey, Opie's grown. All right?
That's very wise.
He's grown.
And that was the end of that. Was that before or after he made Twitter accounts mocking you?
Oh, by the way, this is also something Opie said in the past, and you'll be able to tell here he's totally let it go. He thinks Anthony created fake Twitter accounts to fuck with him.
I feel like the guy had more things on his plate.
I mean,
you know,
it seems a little conspiratorial, Ope.
Yeah, Anthony also had fake accounts attacking me on a regular basis. This is all the stuff that has been coming out because what's really interesting is
Opie does this thing where he just says shit and he thinks that people are buying it. Meanwhile, he's the only one who believes it. And I will give him that. He does believe that. In his mind, he's not lying.
Okay.
He pissed off a few old listeners, and a few of these people have really given me some real good inside dirt. And I know they're credible. That's why I told the Pal Talk story.
Why? No, they're credible because they told you what you wanted to hear. That's why they're credible, Ope. Let's not lie.
I think it was yesterday or the day before, and he also had fake accounts just literally attacking me. Like,
sounds like a guy who's over it, doesn't it?
It does. I forget how long ago it was now that he said he's over the Opie and Anthony thing, and he doesn't want to talk about it ever again.
It's been at least months, if not years.
It's not part of his life anymore. Best day of his life when that show ended.
Meanwhile, it's the only thing that gets over 500 views on his channel. We have more views than the Opie radio channel.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not bragging about that. That's sad for him.
Do you think the show ever found a groove when it was just you and Jim? No. I think me and Jim Norton could have had a really good radio show, but he just wasn't into it.
He didn't like you. I'm sorry, Ope. Just like he didn't like you.
He liked the money. He liked the big raise he got after Anthony got fired. He liked the exposure because we were still talking to a lot of people.
Okay, as anyone should.
He was on the fence. So he was supporting Anthony while doing a radio show with me, knowing.
Why can't you do that? You two didn't break up under nasty terms. Anthony ran his mouth on Twitter and he got himself in trouble. Why can't you support Anthony and still do a show with you? You fucking battered woman, you?
He does seem like the kind of guy that would make you choose allegiance, though.
Why are you still defending Anthony? I don't know. We all did a show together for 20 years, and I thought it would be cool to get the guys back so the fans liked us too. That's the other thing.
You would think.
If you start making it you against me, you split the audience, which is a terrible decision, Mr. I've been doing this since I was 18.
Knowing that me and Anthony didn't get along, and he was not all in. He wasted my fucking time.
Oh, God, I hate that
Wow.
talk.
I just posted a clip, and
I've never seen a less talented person have more of an ego.
Yes, and he's so bitter how he talks. It's so off-putting.
Guys, I got something gross for you. I'd rather listen to Brendan Schaub than Opie. I think he's more interesting.
I think I told you that last week, yeah.
Brendan Schaub's more interesting than Opie.
I actually cropped him out. I posted it on my Facebook page, Opie Radio fans. It's Jim Brewer just killing. Trying to find some of these old video clips. I'm posting them. It's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm also doing new material all the time. But I'm
Look at that. He's being defensive before anyone says anything.
He just sounds whiny.
He is. He's a little bitch.
He's whining.
Also trying to find some of this stuff from the past that I've kind of forgotten about. Recently, I found Anthrax doing Comfortably Numb. It's absolutely amazing. It's on my Facebook page.
Sounds exhilarating, Ope.
And I found this clip of Brewer talking about how politics is just like wrestling, and he is giving it his all during this rant. It's a perfect example of what I went through. Jimmy and Ann can talk all they want about what they went through with me, but I certainly have my own beefs.
Nobody doubts that.
Rant that is absolutely amazing that anyone else would enjoy. Jimmy's just on his phone like this, not participating, not laughing, no energy whatsoever. Obviously doesn't want to fucking be there. And there's a few times Brewer's kind of looking over at him like, what the fuck's going on with that? As he's in the middle of this great rant, how politics is just like wrestling. And that's a really good example of the bullshit I felt like I had.
Opie, I mean, no offense to Opie here, but Jimmy was a prisoner. He couldn't leave. He would have been in breach of contract.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't go
Had
anywhere.
to finish it.
So there's nothing Jimmy could have done. He liked the money. It was probably well into the six figures. It was a great gig.
Well, yeah, and then Opie sits there and pretends that he shouldn't have been about the money or the exposure.
Right. What do you want Jimmy to do? He had to do a show with you. I'm sure it made him absolutely sick that he had to do a show with you. He fucking hated it. You guys fought on numerous occasions on the air. He did not like you anymore, but he had to be there. So, I mean, I'm just saying, Opie's we've been checking on him for months now, and every time he says he's let it go, he's over it, he's grown. I just wanted to check in with how the letting it go thing was going tonight.
And we can still report that he has indeed not let it go.
Not seeming to let it go.
But he's trying. He's trying
Guys,
really hard.
I have one more thing I want you to watch tonight. Chronicles of, I can't read that name. I'm
No, you-
sorry.
you can't.
Of Gay F-word tree.
A bundle of sticks tree.
A bundle of sticks tree. Is spliced together. Stuttering John, Opie, and Tony Michaels as though they were doing a show together. And I have to say, I'm going to put the link in the chat here so you guys can go follow this guy and you can watch this video. We're going to leave you with this tonight. This is Stuttering John, Opie, and Tony Michaels doing a show together. Enjoy.
Baby. All right, Greg, how are you, pal?
Good morning to everybody and welcome. And let's do this. A little zen in the morning and a little cheers.
And Chad Zumock, how are you, pal?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Chad Zumock was in there.
Yeah.
Just because this is a red Solo cup, it doesn't mean it's booze. It's lemonade.
Well, whatever.
Oh, I keep telling people I'm handsome.
First sip of coffee, baby.
I'm so happy that you guys are here.
I wanted to take that first sip about an hour ago when I woke up, but I like taking the first sip on the live stream.
What the hell? I was going to post my link. Well, I'll just say it. What is it? You know what? I'll post the link.
This really is the best of these three podcasting. This is what their shows are like, and then you put them together.
The dream team.
Oh, Chad is such a tool.
You want to donate to me and the program as we continue. How are you, Greg?
And then the John
All right,
tech
Greg,
issues.
nothing better than a mic that don't work.
No.
All right, Greg? I can't hear you, my brother. Turn your computer mic on. All right. If you want to fix it, just you might have to log back in and then, fix it and then log back in, okay? All right, don't worry, Greg. I have time. In the meantime, Chad Zumock, as you all know, I have my shirt on backwards. All right, naked moments, everybody.
no.
Here we go.
I want in on this.
Geez. Here we go. Naked moment.
What the fuck?
For everybody to see. Don't worry, the camera adds 15 to 20 pounds. It felt like it was on backwards.
What is on that shirt now?
All right, back to normal.
The Three Blithering Idiots podcast. Opie, Chad Zumock, and Stuttering John. So again, we'll put the link in the chat there. Oh, that was a lot of fun. There you go.
The show we didn't know we needed.
Yes, that would be a wonderful show. All right, guys, we will talk to you again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. Thank you very much. You guys are already, $100 into tomorrow's goal, so we'll probably knock that out, no problem.
You should drink on your streams more often.
Oh, apparently people had a lot of fun with drinking me. April, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have we made your day better?
Well, I'll always say this is the best part of my day.
That is wonderful. All right, to the rest of you, thank you very much, especially all of you who contributed so generously. We will talk to you tomorrow morning. 2 more shows left this week, the Thursday morning show and the Friday morning show. Oh, and Chrissy Mayer will be on at 11:30 Central Time tomorrow, so we will talk to you later.